All right, here we go. Bobby Shmurda, welcome to Vlad TV for your first official interview. You know, we've done a few things. You know, we did the jail call interview some years back, but this is the real. This is the real interview.
They didn't even know I was in jail. You heard?
That's right. That's right. You were in Europe the whole time. Okay. So, since this is our first official interview, I want to start in the very, very beginning. So, you grew up in Flatbush.
East Flatbush, Brownsville. I was born and raised in Brooklyn. I was born on 53rd and Clarkson. Then I moved to the 90s when I was like 12, 13.
So, your mom's from St. Vincent, and your dad is Jamaican?
Yeah, my pop's Jamaican. He born in Jamaica.
Okay. And you have two older brothers?
One older brother. Okay. Blood older brother, but I got a bunch of brothers. We all grew up in the same building, so it's hard to decipher. You ain't even gonna tell who's my blood brother or not.
Got it. Now, your dad, when you were a baby, got locked up.
When I was 2 months.
Damn.
He got 120 years. He's supposed to be coming home this year.
120 years. So what did he do to get 120 years?
So they convicted him on robbery, not even a murder. They convicted him on a robbery. And assault, I think it was like assault and a robbery. Him and Uncle Blocker, they both got convicted on a robbery back in '94 in October.
How does a robbery turn into 120 years?
Just like how Charles turned into 7 years. When they want your ass, they want your ass. You know what I'm saying? So my pops he one of them boys in Miami. He's one of them boys, like, you ask about him through the prison system, you ask about him through anywhere. If you from Miami, anybody that's from Miami back in the 90s, my pops is one of those boys, so when they grabbed him, they grabbed him.
Okay, so there's a bunch of other stuff they wanted to get him on, but they got him on the robbery and just threw the book at him.
Yeah, they couldn't get him on, so they like, yo, we pushing the max here. He been in jail since I might be 31, so he been in jail October, be 31 years.
Damn. So have you been in contact with him, phone calls and visits and all that?
Yeah, sent him money, like that, pay for the lawyer. I've took care of the family, sent them, gave them money. He always losing his phone, so we had to send him phones and I just told him he got to stop with the phones now. He asked me for a phone, like, I ain't get no motherfucking phone. Bring your ass home, nigga. That's why you always in trouble. You old motherfucking badass. Old badass. I got a kid, you heard? My pop's like, I got a kid. This nigga crazy. Hey, yo, son, bring your ass home. Be like, yo, no, let me just get that phone, man. Yo, bring your motherfucking, you don't need no more trouble, nigga. You need no more trouble. So,
do you feel like not having a dad influenced you growing up?
I felt it made me more, I would say, learn how to be a man because I had to learn on my own. Like, my brother 2 years older than me. My friends was 4 or 5 years older than me. And the guys that raised me was like 10 years older than me. I grew up with dealers. My babysitters was dealers since I was 4 years old. I was on the corner since I was 4 years old, no teeth. And so, you got late bloomers in the hood. Anybody you interview from the hood, Vlad, you ask them, they tell you the same thing. You got people that's born in this shit, and you got the late bloomers that come around after, like high school, they start getting in trouble. I was one of them motherfuckers that was born into it.
Well, yeah, I mean, your biggest song, you said, I've been selling crack since the 5th grade.
Yeah. I used to sell water before I sold Vlad. I used to sell water before I sold, and I sold some candy too.
Right. But right around 5th grade.
I was 6 years old, I used to sell water on the corner. And I was like 8, 9, I started selling on candy. Yeah. And I started selling when I was like 12, 13.
Okay. I mean, when you talk about that game, that comes with a lot of drama.
Yes, what, man, I could talk about because I'm retired from it now. So, I did it all. I've been through it all selling. So it's something that I'm happy that I don't have to do no more. That I'm,
Right. I mean,
but it was never my plan to go all the way to selling.
Yeah.
A lot of people got plans like, 30, 40 still selling. I had plans to go into real estate. I didn't know I was going to be a rapper. You know what I'm saying? I just ended up being a rapper.
I mean, when you talk about that game, you're dealing with addicts. You're dealing with
I had to sleep next to them.
boys, kick doors,
That's family. So people ask why my personality is like that because I was born into it. A lot of people, when you a late bloomer, is when you approaching it, is like you approaching something that's unfamiliar. Everything's familiar to me. The addicts, I slept on couches with addicts all day, you know what I'm saying, growing up. Like, it's like 14, 10 crackheads in the house. It's probably like 2, 3 of us that probably don't smoke. And we in there like this, sleeping with the pack on us, 13, 14 years old. My big bros, they 10 years older than me, 5 years older than me, and I was the baby.
Well, in 2006, you were 12 years old. You got arrested for the first time.
I got arrested for selling in 07 when I was 12, turning 13.
Right.
I went to
at the Chinese store?
In the Chinese store.
Right.
06, I was getting arrested, probably fighting. And we was fighting. So I used to fight a lot. And when I used to fight, I used to get a lot of assaults. I don't fight with like hands. I'm putting the whole drum set on your head. I'm putting the whole drum set on your head. I'll put the whole drumstick on that.
Well, you were in the Chinese store. The cops came in. They pulled your pants down.
So this what happened. My son John Loco, shout out to my son Jaja. You know what I'm saying? 6'0", you already know. You know what I'm saying? So long story short, it's back like 07. I just moved to the 90s and I was a badass kid. So when I came to the 90s was a rough neighborhood. But I was already like so much trouble from my other neighborhood. They welcomed me with open arms. You know what I'm saying? They like, it was crazy. You know what I'm saying? My big brother was around over there already. So long story short, when I came over there, I started around with Ja. Ja used to get from his big bros. They was rob jack boys. So they used to rob and get packs. You know what I'm saying? So when they get packs, they don't know what to do with it. They ain't hustlers. So they give it to the little homies. My son Ja was a little homie. Ja was like 3 years older than me. So I was like 12. Ja was like 15. And I remember but this is before his birthday, all of that. You heard laughing right now. I remember we had his Jesus piece, all that. We went and got his Jesus piece, all that. Long story short, we was in the Chinese store. The Ja tell me go home. You know what I'm saying? I ain't listen. I was in there, didn't listen. Boom. The day before, police caught me in the alley with a kid. When they catch me in the alley with a kid, I'm in Brownsville. So they like, yo, then when they catch us in the alley, the kid in front of me, and I'm like 12 years old. The kid was in front of me, and I remember seeing a shadow. When I seen the shadow coming up, I seen a kid go behind the garbage. So I throw my on my pants. You heard? I tuck my in my pants. The detectives, boom, these boys, they pull me over, they throw me on the alley, they throw me on the wall, they searched me, they didn't find nothing, boom, hit me in my stomach, told me go home. They asked me what I was doing, I told them I was trying to get some head, you heard? We in Brownsville, I'm like 12 years old. I'm 31 right now, I'm like 12 years old, like 19 years ago. So boom, long story short, this on a Wednesday, this when I found out about TNT. Thursday I gets locked, you heard? Jaja and all these tell me go home. I don't go home. They walk me home. I look out my window. I wait till these leave because all my brothers are older. So I'm like 12. All my like 15, 16, 18, 19, 20 type. It's crazy. So, you know what I'm saying? I gotta be reminiscing. So it's crazy. Long story short, boom. I come downstairs the next day. I go to the Chinese store for a lick. And when I go to hit the lick, I see the boys walking from the side. And when they walking from the side, I tries to walk out. Boom, when I tries to walk out, it's the same from yesterday, Wednesday. They grab me inside, boom, throw me in the Chinese store. All the big homeboys is outside, the WGC homeboys, Dupes, all these, you know what I'm saying? All these, boom, long story short, they search me, they pull my pants down. When they pull my pants down, the fall out, you heard? I had like a little double on me. The double fall out my ass. I'm like, yo, what's that? I don't know what that is. They're like, what's that? I'm like, I don't know. I'm in there wilding. I don't know. There's a Chinese lady in there wilding. She in there wilding. Long story short, they backed the homeboys down. They backed the big homeboys down. Them in front. Them like, yo, what the f***, Chewy? What happened? I'm like, yo, I don't know. These I'm playing something on me. Yo, I wild little at the time. So these back up. Throw me in the car. I go to jail. I go to 73rd precinct on Brownsville. In Brownsville, my mom's come. She like, for real, Kiki? She like, Kiki, you sound like. I said, well, Ma, it's She-Rock. Ma, I want the mother, hands up. It's on my dead grandmother, you heard? It's on my dad, you heard? It's on my dead grandmother, 8th, you heard? I'm like 12, 13, so my mom come to the thing. She like, Kiki, you sound like. I said, yo, cause she called me Kiki. I was like a little badass kid. They all call me Kiki and my family. So I'm like, Ma, it wasn't me. This when they used to have was matter of fact, motherfucking locked to the thing. to the bar. You heard? So I was locked to the bar. I'm like, yo, ma, it was sheetrock. And she just looking, 'cause I got kicked out of 5 Elementary. I was always bad. So she's like, yo, you don't stop. She's looking at me like, you don't stop type. Like, Kiki, this what you doing now? You telling? I said, yo, ma, it's not sheetrock. So the police and I'll be like, yo, unfortunately, he can't go home today. He got to go to Sparford, and then you got to go to family court. Yo, Vlad, I was happy like, oh, you heard? I said, yo, please don't send me home with her. He gonna whip my ass. I ain't gonna whip my ass right now, yeah? I said, yo, let her cool off for like 2-3 days, and then come get me, y'all. And when she miss a nigga, she gotta go miss a nigga, and then come get me, y'all. Shit like that. But whoa, bro, I was like 07, bro. I was a little badass, bro.
I mean, did you get an ass whooping when you got home?
Nah, my mom.
Oh, okay.
Nah.
She had calmed down by that time?
Yeah, she calmed down.
Okay.
Yo, it's crazy. When I used to get locked up, my mom never whipped my ass for getting locked up. My mom used to whip my ass for being like disrespectful in the house, and I never be disrespectful with her. I always be with her like it would be her friend or some shit like that. I was one of those kids like I was bad, I was rude. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm like, you talking to type shit?
Yeah, you got kicked out of 5 schools.
Yeah, I was bad. I get my ass whipped like 8 times a day from the older outside, from my mom. They used to try to put me on Ritalin all the time when I was young.
Well, yeah, you ended up in a psych ward at one point.
Yeah, I used to go to psych ward from I was 6 to I was 16.
Right, and they basically gave you a bunch of different drugs to try to calm you down.
No, they tried to. My mom, she West Indian, so she always tell me. My mom, she tell me from I was young. She said, listen, Kiki, when you think they pull that needle out, you hit you with that, you're never gonna be the same. You better stop. So I go all the way to the needle. And when they pull that needle, I'm like, I got it. Once they pull the needle out, y'all got it. I see some of my homeboys up there get hit with that thunder. Ain't the same.
Didn't you try to burn that place down?
I tried to burn a juvenile down when I was that was the last time I went to thing. I was a suicidal baby when I got mad.
You were suicidal?
I was suicidal. I'm coming in there with a bomb. I'm gonna blow this whole up. But I was in the juvenile Grand Wyndham, and that's in Westchester. It's crazy. Jada Kiss moms worked there. Mama Kiss.
Oh, word.
Shit like that. Yeah, this is back. I was a little bad. I've been through so much. I was a little badass when I was it's like I was 16, 17. Yeah, I was 16, 17, and they sent me to the psych ward because told me I couldn't go outside. And I'm like, I'm a whole dealer, gang banging, big homie. This telling me I can't go outside. But I'm 16, but mind you, my friends and everything is 30, 20. So these looking at me like a kid. You know what I'm saying? I'm 16 years old. They like, who this little 16-year-old talk to? I'm like, we was in the hood. You be my, who the fuck you talking? Fuck with this? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm in this, I used to chase your way when I was 12. I used to chase y'all around when I was with guns. Who this talking to? You know what I'm saying? So, long story short, told me I couldn't go outside or something. And I try to burn the whole spot. I can't go outside? Well, ain't nobody going outside there.
How did you try to burn this place down?
I went for the stove to tackle the shit out of it. I went for the stove. Like 2 big football players. Yeah.
Okay, well, right around 16, 17.
And Mr. Moore. His name Mr. Moore, too. Big light-skinned who play UFC, bro. On Grand Window, bro. Word of my mother. Named Mr. Moore. You heard?
Well, right around 16, 17, you end up serving 15 months for a probation violation for a gun case?
Yeah, so I was on a run from 09 to 2011. I was on a run from 14 to time like 16. I was living in houses. I was running up bags. That's when we was going crazy. 09 to 2011, we was going crazy. Me, Josh, Shiesty, Shasha was in there. Tone was in there, Free Quano, Slice the Billy. We was going crazy in there, and I was one of them boys. So I was always one of them boys, like from the hood. I'm one of them boys. You know, I got personality, and I'm like that too. You know what I'm saying? Vlad, I ain't gonna try to toot my own horn. Mm-hmm. Nigga like that too. Yeah. So yeah.
Good.
Nah. So I was on a run from 09 to 2011. Then I went to jail. 2011, I came home on a home pass for like a day. Got locked up on a charge. Me, Rowdy got
Wait, for a day? A day later, they caught you with a gun?
I caught my smart. Was the day I came home, my man Sook, he locked up right now. My road manager, Sook, who's one of my road managers, he just got locked up. Free Sook too. Okay, what I was saying, he told me, like, yo, don't go home, bro. He like, yo, don't go home, bro. I feel like something gonna happen to you. Like, don't go home, bro. Like, I feel like you gonna get locked. I'm like, I'm going home. Lit outside. You talking about I'm going on a home pass. So I goes on the home. I just got locked up there for a charge while I was in juvenile. Every time I go to jail, I catch charges. So he telling me, he like, yo, bro, chill, you be wild. They used to call me loco back in the day, you know what I'm saying? So boom, every time I go to jail, I catch charges. And they like telling me like, yo, don't go home. I'm like, bro, I'm going home. It's lit outside. I go home, my son Shice died. Shicey died. When Shice died, I get locked up, Rowdy get locked up, my big homeboy Johnny P get knocked. We all three of us got locked for guns, but different times. Like I got locked first, Rowdy got locked like an hour waiting for me. Cause I was supposed to. Luckily everything happened, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like I probably went to jail for life that day. You know what I'm saying? My head was in a different space. I was going running houses that day, and I was on different time, and I ain't they catch me on camera, none of that. You know what I'm saying? But that was a different time. That was like 09. Yeah, 2011. So when I was in the street, it was different. These streets, they got cameras everywhere. You can't do shit nowadays. Back in the day, I'd be blowing it like 20, 30 outside. I'm blowing it in front of 30, 40. You know what I'm saying? Broad daylight, face out, blah, 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 smile on me. I'm like, we shot. You know what I'm saying? I'm sliding over cars wilding. You can't do that shit now. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not telling y'all to do that now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's 2025. You got money to make now. It's tech, it's Instagram, it's too much to do now.
Okay, so by 2013...
No, by 2012 I came home. So when I was locked up, drill started.
Yeah.
Drill Chief Keef and them came out when I was locked up. I was upstate for a charge. And I don't like, that shit was out when I was upstate. We was upstate wilding. I'm shot my son Gotti. All my other sons, we was upstate wilding. In motherfucking Highland. I was in Highland. I was locked up in Highland.
Well, by 2013... You're out, and you have a close friend named Pluto.
Pluto.
Yeah.
Yeah, Pluto. Pluto passed 2013.
Right.
I come home 2012. I was running up with Pluto. Pluto used to live upstairs. Pluto used to live upstairs from me. Pluto died 2013. He used to live upstairs from me. I used to sell downstairs in my mama's house, and he used to sell upstairs. So we had the whole 9-6 in the hood jumping. He was the biggest dealer in the hood at the time. You know what I'm saying? And I was one of the biggest dealers in the hood at the time. And then we got, we got the Shmurdas on deck. They the biggest, you know what I'm saying? They the boy, you know what I'm saying? That's my brothers and shit. So long story short, the block on tilt, Pluto gets robbed, I get caught up in this.
Well, let's talk about that situation, because the situation is pretty crazy. So you go to Pluto's apartment.
Yeah.
And a bunch of dudes with masks.
Nah. So what happened
that's not what happened?
No, what happened was, it was with masks. So what happened was, I goes to the bros God worked in mysterious ways, bro. The bros just left. When the bros left, I gets up to go upstairs to get some, you know how, what's that movie called? Next Day Air? I get caught up in a robbery like Next Day Air. Just going to get some. And my mom always tell me, but you smoke too much. You always put some. I'm like, I'm just going to get some. I go upstairs to get some. I'm in the crib by myself. I got like 5 guns in the crib. I got motherfucking tech. I got 2 38s, and I got 2 9s in the crib. I'm like 17. We on wild and young and shit like that. I'm like 17, 18. So boom, I used to run around. I was a good boy. I used to run around 2 guns. I'd be running around with guns since I was like 12 years old. I was a badass kid. You know what I'm saying? I'm quick first one to shoot. You know what I mean? So long story short, and I ain't coming like, all that acting shit. I'm gonna boom this shit out you. You know what I'm saying? So I one of those niggas. So,
let me ask you a question. How old were you when you first shot a gun?
Like 13.
Damn. How did you feel after you shot a gun for the first time?
I was crazy. When I was young, I was a crazy. So the difference is, Vlad, everybody from the hood laughing right now because everybody who know that I'm matured. I used to be a wild. So when I was young, I first wanted to shoot it. I always, let me see. My big bros, they 4 or 5 years older than me. So when they used to travel places and police know them, I was the mule.
They'd give you the guns.
They
wouldn't check you.
Yeah. I had told I was 6, 7 years old. They put the in my they had me selling water. They had me selling water on the corner because we got the hottest corner in the hood. So my babysitters, they had me selling water in the corner. They put the inside the cooler. So I'm looking like I'm selling. They looking like they watching me while I'm selling water. And just trapping the whole time. So anytime they coming to buy a pack, I'm making them buy water too, you heard? So I'm going upstairs, my mom's, everybody laughing. My grandmother, I used to take all the stuff out her fridge, you heard? I take all the stuff out her fridge. and I used to pack it up with waters, you heard? And like it was work, it's my work, you heard? So I'm thinking like I'm a dealer, but I'm like 6, 7 years old. I ain't get my ass up to the crib. My uncles over there, they laughing right now. It's crazy.
Okay, so back to the story. You're at Pluto's apartment,
Yeah.
and a bunch of guys with masks.
So I go upstairs. When I go upstairs to get cops, I see some sneakers coming. And when I see some sneakers coming, I see it just leave my son Pluto crib. And once he just left my son Pluto crib, I said, what up to yo, P.O. and get some. He wants to go get some. And when the left, I see the turn back, and I see 2 more feet with him, 2 more people with him. But I just seen the feet. When I'm looking, I already know what time it is because I see the moving. Like I see the feet going, then I see it coming back. Then I see it going, then I see it coming back. Then it turns around, or 3 to come, 2 with mask out. Come on, boom. When they come upstairs, throws a joint to my neck. He like, yo, what thing at? I said, I don't know nobody.
Wait. Before that happened though, Pluto gets shot.
No, Pluto don't get shot because Pluto going to get away from me right now. He in the crib.
Oh, that doesn't happen. Oh, okay.
So I'm in the hallway by myself, waiting for him to come back out.
Oh, okay. I didn't know this part of the story.
His man just left the crib
with
him. So he telling his man, yo, bye. I'm telling him, yo, what up, and yo, give me some. So he going back in, and they grab his man, turn him around, yo, come, go back in. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm from the hood, so you know how that shit go. Boom. I look, I said, oh, I see these coming out. I said, why the f this happening while I'm right here? I said, yo, what the fuck? I said, I just got up. I just woke up, you heard? I just woke up too. Luckily though, everything happened for a reason because if I was in the crib and I'd have heard a shot go off, it'd have been lit. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So it'd have been a whole live shootout in the crib. My mom came home like, yo, you crazy? But long story short, boom. They got the joint to my neck. So I said, I don't know, I'm just here to get. Once I say that, I turn around, boom, hit the wall. Once I hit I know the procedure already. I hit the wall, you heard? Boom, I hit the wall. The other he talking, he saying some. They got one scary shooter. So as soon as the door opened, Pluto thinking he coming to see me. You know, as soon as the door fly open, son spin, hit him, boom. When they hit my son, runs right in. Once he runs right in, I already know where he from. You know what I'm saying? The way he ran in, I said, yeah, from Best Style, Brownsville. Savages, yeah. I had from the Veil of the Style, yeah. What is from? Long story short, though.
Right. Well, Pluto gets killed?
Pluto get hit, he got killed.
Right in front of you?
He got killed.
Damn. Yeah. Was that the first time you saw someone get killed?
Nah.
Okay. So
we used to walk over dead bodies to get out the party when we was like 12 years old, when I was like 12, 13.
Okay, so you've seen this before? Yeah,
I used to see shootings when I was like 5, 6. RP my son Paris' brother, he just passed like 3 months ago. My son Dollar called me, told me he passed. He used to shooting up the block when we was like 5 years old. You heard? When I was like 5
years old.
I'm 5.
Well, you're 5. Okay,
my brothers is like 9, 10. So my
at 9 and 10 they were shooting.
No, these are my brothers, but he used to be shooting up the block when we was young. When we was young like this.
Got it.
He had manners though. So when we came from manners, he'll come in, he'll tell my moms, my uncles, and everybody like, yo, I need you to take the kids inside real quick. And my uncle, he crazy. You heard my Uncle G, Uncle Gary, he'd be like, man, what's wrong with this crazy? He'd be like, man, go somewhere. So Uncle Gary probably waved it off. The next 5, 10 seconds, he'd be like, all right, next 5. Whoa, 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 whoa. See everybody run. I'll be like this. I was young. Oh, nigga out there shooting.
Okay, so Pluto gets killed in front of you.
Oh, yeah, so when
from what I understand, well, sorry to interrupt you, but from what I understand, they put a gun in your mouth?
No, not to my neck.
But to your neck?
Yeah.
And still pretty crazy.
Mouth. Huh?
Still pretty crazy, though. You got a gun in your neck at that point.
Yeah.
And you just saw them kill somebody, so you know they're serious.
Oh, nah. When they had the gun to my neck, the other hit him. So I was about to go down the stairs. Like, boom. When it hit on Pluto, I was trying to go down the stairs because they was running in. They going to rob it. They ain't come for they came to rob it. So, but it just so happened that when he opened the door so fast, it spin with the gun and hit him. So when he spin with the gun and hit him, I'm trying to run down the stairs. The grabs me by the back of my shirt. Like, bring your ass. I was oh, what the f***? It brings me inside now. And type of shit. Then they end up, long story short, they end up leaving out.
Well, they went through the house and found the weed.
They found the weed.
Yeah.
They left. Police came. I'm in the motherfucking precinct. panicking now because they thinking I done killed the.
Oh shit.
Yeah, at first they take me for what's it called? Murder. I call it.
Damn.
What the? I ain't witnesses here. There's 2, 3, 4 other people in the house. They know I ain't kill nobody. Yo, taking us for murdering that Joe. We go down there, boom. We get a thing. Now I'm scared because I got 5 guns in my house. So they trying to get a search warrant. They got the whole building shut off. It's like a 2-story family house.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm on the first floor. They trying to get a warrant to come in the crib. So when they trying to get a warrant to come in the crib, I'm like, yo, I got 5 guns under my bed, so my mom's is going to be son. I was like, yo, I need 1 call. They like, yo, I get a call. Yo, thank God. I just paid for my son Rashad Pill 2 free ride. I just paid $10,000 to Rashad Pill 2, man. Bro, I got still more payments to go, but still, long story. This job, bro. Word to him and my son Chucky. These climbed through the backyard, climbing my crib, while they got the whole front covered on some Mission Impossible shit. You heard? Climb through the backyard, climb through the crib. I got these gates on my motherfucking window where you got to go through the top, like the top. These come through the hit the top, crawl their skinny through the got all the guns out. I'm just in there like, yo, so they about to charge me any minute, you heard? I'm like, yo, bro, you gotta get that out. You get the They're like, yeah, copy. And they just saying copy. But I'm like, yo, I can't talk really, but they know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Cause my crib was the headquarters. I was always headquarters for everything, you know what I'm saying? So.
Okay, so ultimately you didn't get charged with anything. You were a victim in the situation.
Yeah, I almost got charged though, man. I almost got charged.
Okay. The death of Pluto, that made you kind of take the music seriously?
Yeah, because I did so much. I was in the streets. I was heavy in the streets. You know what I'm saying? So when I was heavy in the streets, I shot. I did all that. I did. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, yo, how the fuck I almost get caught up for something else like that? And every time I got caught up for something, it would be never for something I do. It's always for like being around something or being around people's like universe be telling me. That's why I move how I move. I move like dolo. When I be dolo, everything be sweet. I go crazy and I get away. I be with 100. These get me locked up. These get me caught. These run their mouth. They doing this, that. But long story short, it showed me like, yo, life is too short, bro, and you can get caught up on other. And once I seen the raps start giving me a feedback, I started taking it serious.
Okay, you and Rowdy Rebel started together?
I knew we didn't start rapping together, but we he was from the hood rapping, I was from the hood rapping, so we did songs. But everybody just do songs with each other in the hood, but people just liked our songs the most.
Was 5 foreign around during this time?
5 is.
Because I remember when I interviewed him, he said he grew up around you.
Huh?
When I interviewed 5 he said he grew up around you.
Yeah, he was in the hood. He's from the hood. But he was in our main circle, but he's from the hood.
Got it.
Our hood is so big.
Yeah.
He's from the hood. Don't get it twisted. 5 from. I know his baby moms, since we was kids and shit like that. But I was in a different circle. I was with the boys and shit like that. So, I'm saying.
Okay, so
I'm to keep it 100, bro.
No, you keep it 100. No, I'm keeping you 100.
Keep it 100. Rowdy, I knew Rowdy since Rowdy used to be a little bully back in the days when we was in the hood, and Rowdy used to be bullying other. He never bullied us, you know what I'm saying? We from the third. And Rowdy never bullied us. But long story short, they used to bring Rowdy. I knew Rowdy from we was like 5, 6 years old. Rowdy like 3, 4 years older than me. No, Rowdy 3 years older than me. So I was like 5, he was like 8. And they used to bring him to the front of the building to fight. So when we was young, you know how dogs fight in a circle? Mm-hmm. They used to do that with us when we was young.
Damn.
Yeah,
okay.
all my friends know how to fight very good. Like, I know how to fight very good. We know how to fight like 4 or 5 at one time. Very good. And skinny knockout artists, you know what I'm saying? They get crazy. But long story short, when we was young, the dealers, you know what I'm saying? They getting high, they making a bunch of money. And the who's raising us, they 10 years older than us. You know what I'm saying? So we 4 or 5, they 15, 16, 17. These getting high, they betting money. Rowdy Pops used to bring them around the block. Pops used to bring him around the block to come fight. Rowdy used to be fighting with my son Danny. They had all these in the circle. And I used to try to fight, but I was wild young. They were like, chill, Chewy. All right, what's up? You get in there. Be outside brawling and shit. But Rowdy, I knew Rowdy since a kid. I knew Rowdy elementary.
By the way, why the name Chewy?
So when I was Chewy, I used to be on the corner when I was 4 years old, and I ain't had no 2 front teeth. I'm gonna send you a picture of that. I had no 2 front teeth, and I used to be every time the dealers come, every time they come by, I make them buy me some chicken wings because the Chinese stores across the street. So my babysitters be like, yo, when they come, tell them, they train me all the time. I was trained from when I was young, so I'm like, yo, buy me some chicken wings. Y'all coming over here buying, all that shit. Buy me some. They be like, I got you, little man, we got you. Boom, and I'll be on the corner chewing all the time. I'll be on the corner chewing with no front teeth, girl, like that. So I got them chicken wings, dog. Got that chicken, my nigga. You know what I'm saying?
You became chewy.
So he called me chewy. Every time I'm on the court, I come to the court, little chewing on some chicken wings and chilling.
Okay, so now you're starting to get to the studio a little bit. You and Rowdy are working on some songs together. You guys have a mixtape together.
We had a mixtape. We had a mixtape. Me, him, and a guy named Billy on. We had a mixtape, and we had a mixtape back in like 2013, 2014.
Okay. Now, at one point, you spend $20 for 1 hour of studio time.
Yeah.
And that's when you put together your biggest record.
I did hot. But Rowdy, them niggas always try to make me spend money on studios. That's how I got to like I was the money getter in the hood. Out of the circle, used to get money. I was raised by dealers, so them used to come to me all the time. Yo, I need to borrow son. I need to borrow this and that. Yo, bring me to the studio. They come have me pay for it, but they used to tell me, yo, we need you to rap. And then when I do rap, they like it. They be like, yo, that shit fire. But all I want to do is sell all day. And they all yell at me. They be like, oh, you want to do sell all day? Come out, let's go to the party. Let's go to this, that. I'm like, I got the 215. They buying off the block. I just made $2,000. Like, yeah. So, long story short, I used to go pay for the studio with them, and they used to be like $20 an hour. So that was nothing. I was just make like $2,000, $3,000 a day. You know what I'm saying? I work because I all type of shit. So I come support with them. I come kick it with them in the studio, be smoking. They be like, yo, Chewy, get on the track. I'm like, I ain't getting on no track. I be just freestyling, playing, having fun. And then they like, yo, get on the track. I got on the track. Bitches started giving me some money. I said, oh, I'm getting on the track. I'm getting on the track, nigga. Shmurda on the set.
Well, the hot song, that was just one of a bunch of different songs you had.
Yeah, we had a couple songs.
Right.
It was like one of the first ones we put out, and it just took off. We put out Shmoney, then we put out Hot.
Right, Shmoney Dance.
Yeah, we put out Shmoney Dance and then Hot.
Right, because...
So the second song.
Yeah, well, you had a bunch of songs, but you chose two of your favorite songs to shoot music videos for.
Those wasn't my favorite songs.
Oh, they weren't your favorite songs?
Hot shits was for the hood. That was like hot. The bros kept coming. Like I tell you, anybody you interview from my hood, they gonna tell you I was a dealer my whole life. I sell all day, 6 in the morning, 5 in the morning, 10 kids be behind me, chasing me. I be shooting up the block. Kids be with me, running down, all types of shit. You know what I'm saying? So I was one of those boys in the hood. I'm from the, you know what I'm saying? I'm the baby. I was one of the babies, you know what I'm saying? So long story short, when they used to play the song, they be playing the music. I be on the block selling. They be like, yo, we just came from the club, bro. The DJ playing this. Yo, he's playing this in the club. Bitches. So I'm on the block. So when they bring the bitches back, you know, they bring the bitches back from the club. I'm like, oh. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I'm start getting attention from the bitches. I'm saying, yo, I'm start rapping bitches and getting money. Boom. But I'm getting money already. And the bitches I got a bad bitch already at the crib, so I ain't worried. I got a little bad girlfriend, but I used to buy my money all day. You know what I'm saying? So them just kept pushing me. They like, yo, bro, this shit could be lit. But I never cared about like celebrity shit. I never cared about shit like that. Like I was a dealer, so I'm always a lit wild on the block. Yo, like we really do this. You know what I'm saying? I always thought like rappers was cap. Like, man, these just out here.
Mm-hmm. Well, you record the music video for that song.
Forced me to.
Right.
They forced me to.
And
the bros.
Did you buy the beat at that point by Jaleel Beats?
We didn't buy the beat yet.
It was just what, on the
we
internet?
Bought it later.
Right. Because at one point, Lloyd Banks did a verse on that same beat.
Yeah.
Jackpot.
And I didn't hear the verse. I didn't hear the his till after.
Till after.
I just heard the instrument first, and I'm like, yo, that's one of them instruments. Put it on.
I mean, you did a better version of it. I mean, it just is what it is.
Don't do that. I'll fuck with Banks.
Shout out to Lloyd Banks.
I'll fuck with Banks.
Banks don't like me, or whatever. But I'm just saying.
Banks don't like you?
No, he don't like me.
Why?
Man, we had some stupid shit that happened like 7 years ago, and he's still mad about it over a damn tweet or something stupid. You know, me and Tony are cool. Like Tony's trying to.
I just got off the phone with Wack the other day, man. Come on, it ain't that serious.
It ain't that
man.
serious. It ain't that serious,
man.
Okay, so that song had a bunch of names on it in terms of your friends.
Yeah. The boys had them boys out. The boys who had the hood. Cause right now there's a bunch of down and what's going on and shit like that.
Yeah,
but
I mean,
who had the hood?
Shice got mentioned, Monty, Trigger, Tones, Jaja.
That was the boys.
Greasy.
Greasy,
Trigger, Rasha, A-Rod.
Free Rasha,
Mitch.
A-Rod, Mitch, locked up, all them.
I mean, you could tell that these are just your actual friends that you're mentioning.
Yeah, the thing with us between different gangs was that we was friends from kids. A lot of gangs it'd be like, me that I don't know, you probably don't know, Vlad, but I'm telling you, like, a lot of gangs people meet at like high school when they 15, 14, they come outside. We used to be jumping we from East Flat, but we'd be jumping roof to roof when we was 5, 6, 7 years old. Our parents beating all our asses, chasing us, we causing trouble, we pouring water on the dealers, got them chasing us, whipping our. So we was always badass, crazy little kids when we was kids. So we knew each other since, like, it was like a childhood, more than a gang, it was like a brotherhood. And then we used to look at it like, yeah, that's the gang, but it was like a brotherhood type.
The song comes out, the video comes out. When does it actually start to buzz, though?
Was buzzing before we even put it out, and then once we put the song out, by the next week, Instagram was instant back then. Now it's not like Instagram, like instant like that no more. Everybody's saturated now, you know what I'm saying? Back then it was viral. Like as soon as you post it go viral, you know what I'm saying? Labels coming to you, everybody coming to you. Now they kind of control what they want to go viral sometimes, but I feel.
I mean, when you made the video, like the shmoney dance, did you intend to do that? Because it was only for like a couple of seconds.
Nah, we was on the block. We just freestyle
just messing around.
Yeah, just like before they even told me come in, they like, yo, you want to get some questions? I said, I don't want no questions. Just answer, tell me the question. I like to freestyle. Yeah. I should be real. Right. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers don't like to be real now. I like to be real. So
right, because that's what it looked like. I remember even like trying to figure out, I was like, well, where in the video does he do the dance? Okay, like at this point for like 2 seconds, that's how he does it. So, and it became a phenomenon.
I always been like since I was a kid, Vlad, I always been one of them people. I don't like to plan. Once I get excited, we never know what's gonna happen.
Right.
I always been one of them. Once I get excited, it's lit. I don't know what's gonna happen. We gonna blow the roof off.
Right. And in the video, you throw your hat off.
Yeah.
And that just it just took on a life of its own.
I still hear it to this day, bro. Like, I can't go nowhere without them saying, Bobby, where did the hat go? I'm like, these right here, boy, I tell you. Hell, stop. Yeah, where the hat go? Yeah. I said, nigga, 11 years ago. I said, where the hat go?
Let me tell you something. Like, I went through and found all the memes. Let's see. Now that Bobby Shmurda's free, he can finally find his hat.
He got the dawn. What's that?
So let me see. There's this one where an airplane got hit by something.
By the hat?
And someone said, hey, NASA, we had a rough flight to say the least. 30,000 feet in the air. What caused this? Someone said Bobby Shmurda's hat. They actually made a refrigerator magnet with you in the hat. What else?
I need to get paid with that.
Well, my favorite one was somebody said when Bobby Shmurda walked out of prison, his hat gonna return to him like Thor's hammer.
Yo, that was funny.
That was funny.
That was my favorite one too.
That was my favorite one.
I say, yo, the internet is unbeatable, bro.
Exactly. You can't beat that.
Yo, you off the chain.
But you know something? You know what's funny though? Because when you say the internet's unbeatable, at one point there was like a page that claimed that you didn't actually invent the shmoney dance. Because in 2001, Michael Jackson and Chris Tucker had a music video for Rock My World where they seem to be doing a similar dance. I know it's ridiculous.
Then they said Diddy too. They say everything. Then they said it's small Jamaican. The internet don't stop. Like, yo, these people are psychopaths.
Will not stop.
The internet psychopaths, bro. When I look at it, I'm prepared. I've been to the G building this shit, so I know psychopaths.
Yeah.
Crazy. I'll be laughing at crazy. I like it. But them is crazy.
Okay, so the song and the music video is starting to buzz.
Yeah.
And shmoney XL, formerly of G Unit, was an A&R at Epic Records.
Yeah.
Was he the one that reached out to you first?
Oh no, we got calls from a lot of people. And then the reason I took the deal, we didn't want to go into a label at first. I didn't want to go into a major label because the money we was making on shows we started doing, I was making $10,000 a show. I was doing all types of shit back in 2014, and that's not, it's nothing now, but you know what I'm saying. Well, back 2014, it was something from. I used to sit on the block all day for $2,000-$3,000. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So when I went, and then I got to duck cops and all type. And sometimes we had to shoot kids like these doing all type to shoot other people. It was a lot. So once you can make legal money, have fun, and all type, I'm like, yo, I ain't want to go into the labels because I heard all the stories about how once you get into the labels and it's like vampire, it drain you, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, yo, I wasn't aiming for the labels, then we had police on our heels. Once we had police on our heels, I'm like, yo, let's get to these labels. They can help us stay out of jail.
Well, before you did that, though, as the song was starting to build up, on June 3rd, 2014, you were hanging out at your girlfriend's house with a couple of friends, and the police show up and have a search
I could
warrant.
talk about that now.
Yeah,
so it
it's
wasn't
way
a
past,
girlfriend house.
you already went through this.
I went to jail for that and all types, but it wasn't. It wasn't. It was some whole crazy that happened that day. So long story short, they came in. They came in the house. When they came in the house, it was me, 4 kids, Monte, 4 kids, his girlfriend named Shanice, and my girlfriend named Arab. Shout out to Foxy Brown. You raised a good girl. That was her Foxy Brown niece.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Foxy Brown. You raised, man, she was top 1, top 10. She tried to take the charge for me. You know what I'm saying? And then they didn't make her take the charge, but she I'll tell you the story. Long story short, police came into the crib. Was in the couch. Separated. So in the clip was separating the couch.
Although what the police say doesn't make any sense.
I have 2 statements that they made.
Yeah, one of the statements was they could see you inside with a gun in one hand and a joint in the other. Who smokes a joint with a gun in their hand? I'm just saying.
It was bullshit, man. It was bullshit, man. Yo, man, let me tell you word the mother. Yo, son, man, let me tell you what happened. So, boom. Long story short, I sends a kid to the store for some frontal, for some roll-up, right? When we sent a kid to the store for some roll-up, the girls long story short, I sent the girls to the door to open the door because we heard the door ring like the next 5 minutes. So I'm like, damn, that was quick. Came right back. So when the girls opening the door, they taking long at the door, you heard? But when I look over at this is the couch right here, and the door's right there. When I look over, these trying to push the door and the police is trying to get in, you heard? So I see her fighting with the police. I'm like, yo, Monte, the boys, you heard? So when I turn, I'm like, yo, Monte, the boy. I turn back, yo, Monte, get my face, you heard? It was a blood clot. Wait. Yo, police, my way. So they don't move. They line all of us up on the floor. Boom. They line all of us up on the floor. True story, one of my dead grandmothers, you heard? They line all of us up on the floor. They get the kids out the back, everything. So all of us is on the floor lined up. These pull out the couch, put it in. This going on you. I'm like, man. All my dead grandmother. I'm like, man. Yo, the Arab, Foxy Brown niece, that shout out my baby, you know what I'm saying? You're still my baby girl, you know what I'm saying? I know you mad at me. I'll tell you I was young and I'm ready for the relationship type. You know I'm a little crazy, you know. But listen, long story short, right? Shout out to Foxy Brown though. And Gabe, y'all raised a good girl, man. She number 1, A1. So she start yelling, you heard that? She start yelling. She like, yo, it's my.
Oh.
She start going off. They're like, shut up, little girl, what's going on you? Like me, you know?
Didn't you tell them it was a prop for a music video?
No, that was.
That's what they said, yeah.
Nah, they ain't tell them no nothing. It was no prop, it was a real. But they took the clip out and they throw the clip in, boom, cocks it and say it's going on you. So long story short, we go to Brooklyn. They give us they had us in the back of the precinct for like 12 hours, cause they couldn't process her or process everybody. They let everybody go, process me and my son Monte. Sends us to the bookends. We go to court. Offer us an 8-month, what's it called? An 8-month program. This is the same charge I went up for 7 years for. You heard? Mm-hmm. Offered me an 8-month program for it. I said, an 8-month program? They like 8-month program. I said, man, I ain't taking that. I'm trying to get my license downstate, you know, I'm down Florida and all types of other shit. I got shit to do. I ain't taking that. Next 4 months, these come with indictment. They talking about they superseding case from Brooklyn to Manhattan. He comes on to Manhattan. They talking about they got a next whole statement. The statement in Brooklyn, I got it in my house, the paperwork in my house. The statement in Brooklyn says that when they came into the house, they seen me run to the back of the house with the in my hand. First of all, that's probable cause to shoot, right or wrong?
Yeah.
You shooting with cell phones.
Yeah.
This 2014. Long story short, we go to Manhattan. These we go to Manhattan. They say they found the in the couch after. So I had 2 different statements. Then they come talking about Rowdy. Oh, you want to take 7 years and Rowdy? I said, oh, so now I got to take time for Rowdy because you ain't got nothing. So now I'm over here taking time for my friends, just like the Pluto said, my friends. I always my friends, but that's my dog. And you know how I roll already, so you know what I'm saying? I'm going to take that. But if it was just me, I'd have been home. That's why I tell people about this gang, you better stay your ass away. You get your, like, you ain't better snitching. Ain't no snitching. You better take it for the team. Even if you scot-free or anything. I was scot-free. I could have been home, but gang. So when he's talking about they taking all this out, man, boy, these different type of gang. Big Mike, we put something in your about you taking Did the gang approve? Did the gang approve? You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say that.
Okay, so the labels are starting to call.
Yeah.
And then your aunt's husband.
Police, don't forget the police.
Yeah, and the police are circling on you as well. And you need some management at this point. So this is when Christopher Debo Wilson, who used to have a small label in Miami called Hard Times, comes in and tries to help you.
Yeah.
How does that work out?
It didn't work out good because I manage myself now. I got lawyers. The reason when I say family and business don't work or business don't work because sometimes where we come from, we're not taught the law. We're not taught the music business. We're not taught certain industry. We just see money. And sometimes when we see money, that's wrong because I was signed into a contract. It was bad. It was a horrible contract.
Oh, on management?
The contracts I started signing was horrible contracts.
Got it.
I got NDA, so I don't want to say what contracts.
Fair enough.
Contracts I started going into when I had the management, it was horrible contracts. So now the age I know contracts now that I know now, like I got the best lawyers. I got what's this called? Greenberg trial. I got Greenberg trial lawyers, Paul Shitland, all these now. So I know my business now. I know portals, I know my business, I know royalties, I know everything.
Yeah.
Back then, I was getting and when I was getting just because my management was just taking money and didn't know the contracts they was putting me into.
Right, but you're 20 years old. Did you even graduate from high school?
All right.
So I'm just saying, like...
Hold on, Vlad. I was 20. How old were they? That's the point of management.
40s, 50s?
That's the point of management, right or wrong.
Right, but I'm saying, but you didn't know how it worked at that point.
I knew that.
You're fresh off the block,
that's why I put them in the management. If I put you into management, you put me over.
Yeah, that's my fault. Yeah, no, I feel you. Yeah. Okay, but Debo ends up getting you a few shows early on, and after you do those shows, people actually started to do the shmoney dance. Not just people. Rihanna did the shmoney dance.
No, that was before the shows, before I was working with him.
Oh, that was before?
Yeah.
Okay, well, so right before the video got so popular.
He came in with the labels.
Aha, okay. Because Rihanna did a video on Instagram doing the shmoney dance in a bikini on a yacht.
I think it was Justin Bieber,
Drake. Beyonce did the shmoney dance on stage. Well, I was like to see Beyonce do the shmoney dance.
You know, back in the days.
Now, this is Beyonce. You're a 20-year-old from Brooklyn. Come on, man. I remember when I first stood next to Beyonce, I was like, God damn, this is Beyonce.
You want to be honest with you, Vlad? You want to be honest?
I was starstruck. You know what I mean?
Be honest? The reason I'm not starstruck is because I didn't watch TV since I was 10. I tell you, besides you or a couple other podcasts, I don't really watch TV. I'm out the loop, really. So when Beyonce did it, I was happy, but I was like doing cartwheels.
Okay, well.
I was like, yo, we lit. Oh, we lit. We made it. You know what I'm saying?
Chris Brown did it. I think Jay-Z did it, right?
No, I think he did. He said shmoney dance. I think he
mentioned it. Yeah.
He mentioned it.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, exactly. We shmoney dance or something like that.
Yeah. Didn't Taylor Swift do it?
I don't know.
I think so.
She probably did.
Yeah. So now it's lit. You got all these celebrities.
But I got cops on my ass.
You got cops on your ass.
So you gotta understand this. You when you mentioning Beyonce and all these things, it sounds cool, but we still coming from reality. We coming from the jails. We coming from the juveniles. We coming from the blood on the ground. You know what I'm saying? Running from an indictment. So when we running from an indictment, Yeah, it's like Dirk right now, right? I'll say Dirk. You think when he know that you think he ain't know that he was running from something, and it's hard to be happy at the same. Like you could be happy, but it's hard to be.
Because hanging over your head.
You see what I'm saying?
I feel you.
So you on like on a run type happy. You feel me? You on a run type happy type. So I was happy when they was doing everything, but at the same time we was on a run. So we was having the time of our lives, knowing that we was probably going to jail.
Okay, but at the same time, the song is blowing up, and then you end up having a meeting at the label, at Epic. And from what I understand, they wouldn't let you leave until you signed that contract.
Yeah, they went L.A. Reid and Sylvia Rome. They wouldn't let me leave till I signed the contract.
Right. And it was about $1 million deal?
What was that back in the days? I'm on an NDA about that, but it was a $1 million deal, 1.5. I got a couple $100,000. The companies and everybody took way more than me. So that's why I said it was a hard. Yeah. I don't want to talk about that because I'm on an NDA, but
no, fair enough.
Yeah, I get my suit.
Right. But how did it feel though?
Sylvia and them over there like.
But how did it feel? Okay. But how did it feel? At 20 years old, you now sign a $1.5 million deal. Now you don't get the whole 1.5, but you're getting a couple $100,000, which I'm sure at that point was probably the most money you've seen at one time.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, definitely. We bought weed and guns. I bought weed and guns.
Okay.
And I bought some with some bros, and that was about it.
Okay. Well, with the label behind you, the song.
I was young. I was 20. I feel you. I came home. I did different. I invested in clinics and real estate like that. I was 20, bro.
Well, the song with the label behind it starts to really blow up. Now, if you look at it right now, it's got 1 billion streams on YouTube and 500 million streams on Spotify. You add the Apple numbers, you're looking at least 2 billion altogether. 2 billion people listen to that song.
That's crazy.
Yeah. How did it feel? You're a 20-year-old.
Man,
yeah, you're popular locally, but now you're an international star.
Yeah, 8 billion people in the world. That's a fraction. That's a quarter. Like a quarter.
Yeah. Well, I mean, some people listen to it multiple times, but still.
Oh, yeah.
It's a lot. Yeah. It's still a lot of ears.
Yes.
Okay, so now you have something that most artists never have, a hit song. How did it feel at that point to really actually be a rapper with a hit song, doing shows, moving around, fans, groupies?
It felt like the hood times 10.
Yeah.
So, because in the hood we was them boys, so it felt like the hood times 10. It's like, when it's like kings, but different on different levels. Like you kings in the hood, you all the in the hood, you the baddest in the hood, prettiest, smoking all the, driving all the good cars and all. But now when you go to the hip hop level, it's different. You in the baddest, different states, not from different blocks, different states now. The blocks turn into states, the hoods turn into countries. You see where I'm going with it?
Mm-hmm.
You know where I'm going with it? So it's like it's like it's times 10 now.
Well, yeah, you're getting 5 shows a week, getting like 20,000 or more a gig, getting 15,000 just to do a club walkthrough. You're on stage with Drake. You're on Jimmy Kimmel, Jimmy Fallon. You made a cameo on Kevin Hart's show, Real Husbands of Hollywood. So you're really going through the whole motion.
I was going through the motion, and it was, when I say earlier, it was happy, but at the same thing, hanging over my head, because right after I get off the set, it'll be back to reality. So it's like once you leave the club, like you'll be happy for an hour or two. Once you go back, it's like, yo, with the police outside, yo, you know what I'm saying? So it's like,
yeah. Well, I mean, you said that at one point you started to notice cops from Brooklyn showing up in
Miami,
out-of-town
California,
shows.
Like that. We start seeing cops that we know in Brooklyn. Then Miami taking pictures. We got charged with search in Miami for shootings in Miami, and then California. I'm like, oh. And then we already know we under investigation because the alleged people that were supposed to be against us got indicted, and allegedly they got shot more. They like, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of them that got shot. So allegedly, who they gonna come for next? You know? It's like 2 + 2 is 4, guys. What the? Yeah, we all pack the bags. We on the run.
Well,
Yo, we on vacation.
Well, yeah, no, I mean, the cops have been, are targeting you at this point, and little things are happening. Like at one point in Queens, they do a search, they find a joint.
Yo,
one joint.
They locked me up for a joint. Yo,
for a joint.
That was the craziest day of my life. Word to my mother. Yo, bro, one of the craziest days of my life. They sat me in the prison for a joint. It made me sign like 30 autographs. And told me they gonna let me go. Every 5 autographs, they're like, yo, we gonna let you go. They letting everybody come on for a next shift. Yo, hold on, Bobby Shmurda in the back. Oh, I need some autographs too. Hold up there, you heard? I stood in the prison for like 8 hours for a joint. For a roach.
So, all this is happening, but back home, a bunch of your friends are getting into a bunch of situations.
Locked up. They get locked left to right. Charges.
Yeah, a shooting happened in East Flatbush in July.
I don't know about that.
Outside. I'm not saying you're involved in any of this. I'm not saying you have anything to do with this. But these are your friends back home that are being charged with.
Yeah, they being charged, but I don't know about it.
I mean, something happened outside the Barclays.
I don't know about that.
There was the Miami situation.
I don't know about that.
And essentially, the police are claiming that GS9 is the one that's doing all this.
I don't know what that. These people is off the chain. They just be saying a bunch of things,
But you're not actually. But here's the thing: you're not actually there in any of these situations.
I'm not there.
You're not even there.
I'm not there.
Yeah, but this is where the affiliation problems start.
You know about that's conspiracy. I see somebody. Listen, I seen him go to jail. He ain't do. They got 5 years. He ain't do. None of us did nothing.
Right.
But I seen not on my case. I'm just saying to somebody. I seen him go to prison. 5 years, ain't do. I said, oh, hell to the. Oh, my God. They moving dusty. Yeah, they said that 5 years out of his life.
Well, you have your deal with Epic.
Yeah.
The song is big, but you have to work on your album.
Yeah.
Now, according to shmoney, he tried to get you out of Brooklyn and put you in L.A., but said that you didn't want to stay in L.A.
Nah, I don't recall.
That's not what happened?
Probably did, but I was 20. Certain people I don't be listening to them. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, whatever. So he probably did, but I don't recall it. I was living in Jersey at that time.
Right.
I was living in Jersey.
Well, didn't you also have a condo in Florida, but you kept coming back to Brooklyn?
Nah, I had a condo in Jersey.
In Jersey, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I think people are trying to keep you out of Brooklyn, though, and trying to put you in other places.
I wasn't going back to Brooklyn.
Oh.
See, the thing is, with me, I go back to Brooklyn anytime, but I know how the cops is in Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying? When you a person that people done put guns on you and then put knives on you, can't take a certain chance. Now, everybody can't walk like that because they haven't experienced that. But if you want to sit there and act like you everybody else and get your ass locked up, don't be crying when your ass up in jail talking about, oh, that's what happened when they like to act like, and then when they get locked up, they will be crying and look back like a when in jail. Act like no when you get up in there. You know what I'm saying? Right or wrong?
Yeah, I feel you. Okay, so the cops are looking at you. Your friends are being targeted and looked at. You put out your EP, Shmurda, She Wrote.
I got the labels, and we got to keep the secret from the labels that we on the run. So I'm trying to peel off. So yeah, the labels like, yo, we got to put out music. I might put out the music, let them know that I'm working. I'm thinking in my head, if cops see working, they ain't gonna leave me alone. They ain't gonna take me to jail.
Right. So you put out the EP in November of 2014.
Yeah.
A little more than a month later, on December 17th, 2014, you and some GS9 members were at Quad Studios, which is right by here, a few blocks away.
I got a dispensary right across the street. We bought a dispensary right across the street.
Crazy. Symbolic. You guys are recording music at the studio. The cops come in. By the way, Quad is where Tupac got shot also.
Yeah.
Very famous
We
studio.
know.
Yeah. Very, very infamous studio at that.
I was locked up when he was at too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're recording, doing your job, and a bunch of cops come in. What did you think when that happened?
So I wasn't in the I just left the studio when they rushed the studio and they caught me up the block.
Oh, okay.
So when they came, somebody came, they like, yo, there's a bunch of police outside. I'm like, what you mean there's a bunch of police outside? You ain't gotta tell me twice, you know what I'm saying? I start packing my time to go, you know what I'm saying? Time to go, you know what I mean? So I'm leaving now. It's like 30, 20 minutes up in this. You know what I'm saying? I don't know who got what got what, but I know how to start throwing. Get caught for something. That come out, yeah. So me and my shorty leave, and we get locked up the block, and they caught 2 guns in the car. When we got locked up the block, and then when they grabbed us, the police they grabbed us. They said they grabbed me and Monte. When they grabbed me and Monte, I hear Monte said, "What that said?" I'm listening, and it said, "Yeah, we still cracking down." I said, "Y'all still cracking down, bro." I told y'all this was coming. Yo, the indictment. 15, 20 minutes later, after we get to the precinct, like 20 minutes, 30 minutes, you saw all the bros coming in. I'm just seeing all these coming. I said, I knew it, bro. I wasn't in the precinct. Rowdy them was in it. I wasn't in the quads. Rowdy them was there. I left. They caught me up the block. Then they rushed quads.
Well, right. This was a year-long investigation.
Yeah, it was more than a year.
Yeah. Which they claim involved various shootings, narcotics trafficking. They found 21 guns and a little bit of crack during the sweep.
Man, that was sheetrock.
According to the prosecutors,
I'm sticking with my story, Bob. It was sheetrock.
It's all good.
It was sheetrock.
So 15 GS9 members were arrested, but they claim that GS9 is also the G-Stone Crips.
It wasn't. GS9 was a music label. I was labeled as a G-Stone Crip, so they put GS9 because we had Bloods on the indictment, we had Crips on the indictment. People that's affiliated. I'm not gonna say blood. That's people that was, how you say it, allegedly blood. We have allegedly Bloods on the indictment. We have Slice the Billy. That's allegedly, non-trade BBA, you know what I'm saying? Billy Badass, you know what I'm saying? Jim Jones. So we had non-trade, we got all types of people on the indictment. So they just labeled that because of me and put me at the head of the indictment, and they ain't got no charges on me. It just connected me through my friends.
Well, yeah, the chief of NYPD said that your lyrics are almost like a real-life document to what they were doing on the street. They referred to you as a kind of crime boss. And they said there's no question that Bobby Shmurda is the driving force behind the GS9 gang and organizing figure within the conspiracy.
I am not.
They made you a crime boss.
Hysterical. That's hysterical.
Of the G-Stone Crips, not just GS9, of a whole Brooklyn gang.
And I'm like, yo, G-Stone Crips is thousands of people. You think I'm one of the leaders? Come on. Look at me, bro. I'm Bobby Shmurda, bro. Like, come on. Serious, man. These guys off the chain. You know what I'm saying?
How did it feel at that? Yo, but at that very moment, you're looking, they're saying you're a crime boss. This is Rico talk. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, the feds didn't want to pick up because it was loose. The states is loose, bro. They convict you on anything. I just told you my pops got 120 years. You can look his crime up. He ain't got no murder. His name Gervais Johnson. You can look him up. You know what I'm saying? He ain't got no murder. So it's like the state. He in the state. The state, they do what they want with you.
Yeah.
And they give you time. Like one of my co-defendants, he got 98 to life. You know what I'm saying?
We'll talk about that.
Like crazy. Like, you know what I'm saying? I know a couple of my friends, 110. I'm just saying.
Well, when you got arrested,
yeah,
you also had 2 counts of illegally possessing a firearm and a misdemeanor count of reckless endangerment, which they say had to do with a fight that you got into, I guess, with your brother outside a barbershop. And they claimed that you allegedly grabbed a gun and you fired it off. That's what they said. But you said, but what they say is the most serious accusations
you hear what
was
these say about me?
These no, but I'm just reading what they say. So, but the most serious one was the conspiracy to commit murder, sell narcotics, possess firearms, and commit assault. So you got a murder conspiracy now they're trying to charge you with at this point.
I don't even, yes, they charge this, and I'm like, yo, do you hear I talk? What the f is going on? I'm in there. I'm in there like, yo, Vlad, what the f is going on? Do you hear I talk? Like, what the f is going on? You know what I'm saying? So they're accusing me all this, and they have no evidence. You know what the evidence is? People talking my name. People just saying my name is.
One of the lines from your big song is, I'm with Trigger, I'm with Rasha, I'm with A-Rod. Bow, bow, bow.
Yeah.
Rasha and A-Rod have their case separated from yours. And they're charged with murders.
Yeah. No, they ain't got no.
Yeah.
They ain't got evidence. They ain't got no real evidence. They just a bunch of.
Right. What they said is in 2013, Rasha and A-Rod went into a bodega in East Flatbush, opened fire on a rival gang called BMW, a.k.a. Brooklyn's Most Wanted, killing one of the targets, which was a 19-year-old. It was separated, and now, but they're referencing your song, tying them into crimes and tying them into you, and it's crazy at this point.
You say anything, son.
Right.
Yo, bro, when people be saying, they be like, yo, I got a $4 million house on the moon. I be like, what the f is going on, bro? I don't even know how to respond. I'm like, yo, all right, I'm going to take the, I'm going to get the spaceship and we out on Sunday. Like, what the f is going on, bro?
In terms of people getting indicted, you, Rowdy Rebel, Queno, am I pronouncing it right?
Yeah, Queno.
Queno,
Yeah.
Rasha, A-Rod, Mishi, Monty, Fame,
that's my brother, Fame.
Mitch, Fetty, Slice, D-Rose, Dread, a guy named
How I showed up? How about I showed up today? Tell me how I show up today. It's 2025, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Benish Mahmood, he doesn't have a nickname.
Who?
Benish Mahmood.
Oh, that's on the PR. That was somebody PR.
Aja Davis.
That was my ex-girlfriend.
Michael Legal.
I don't know who the hell that was.
Yeah, just a bunch of people charged with a bunch of crimes. So, now you're arrested.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of what they're using as evidence is recorded phone conversations and so forth, where they say that people are talking in code and so forth. So they're building this whole crazy case against you.
Yeah.
And they're saying they're really going after you as the leader.
But they ain't got no evidence on me. So,
Exactly.
So now they making me take time for one of my friends, my childhood friends, because they know I'm going to do that off the rip. Because, you know.
Well, originally, you didn't get a bail, but then they gave you like a $2 million bail?
They gave me a $2 million bail with full equity. They want full equity, meaning, so when they said $2 million, I'm like, oh, I'm good. $200,000, I could just, pay 10%.
Yeah.
I'm like, nigga, I got that in the safe. I'm just going to give them $200,000, you know what I'm saying?
They're like, nah.
I'm like, yo, $200,000, I got that in the safe, you feel me? I'm going to get them $200,000. I just told my mom, we good. My mom comes, she crying and like, what you crying for? We got that, we good. She like, they want the whole thing.
The whole $2 million.
What you mean, I ain't got $2 million before they want $2 million. They want $2 million. What the f you mean $2 million? They like they want. I ain't never heard like that in my life. They want and then they went in surety. So after the equity, after you put the whole $2 million, they want to know where you got it from. They want to go back. So I had like two people. I had my son Soup. You know Soup? Super Dave. You don't know Super Dave? Be with Slow Bucks.
Oh, Super Dave. Yeah.
He posted bail for me, and then they came with the surety strip. You know what I'm saying? You had to get Lolo. That's my guy though, you know what I'm saying? So he came for me, he came through, and I had one other person, but their surety kept everything up. So when they did come with the $2 million, they asking people back from the 80s and 70s how they got the money and shit. Like, what the like they want to go back 40, 30 years on how you got. I'm like, yo, damn.
Well, the record label, Epic, could have put out the money, but they didn't. And L.A. Reid spoke about this. He said, it wouldn't have been a good business decision to bail you out. He said, when I heard him, I believed him. That's what sold me. It felt soulful.
Yeah.
I didn't feel like someone was play acting. It felt believable, and I guess it was. Bobby Shmurda is not the same as Snoop Dogg in Murder Was the Case, who's coming off The Chronic in his first album. It's a different era, and we're a publicly held corporation. We just aren't in the same position we were back in those days. So he basically said, business-wise, they couldn't put up the whole $2 million.
Man, because it's so more money with you locked up. And all the artists is on labels. It sell more money when your ass locked up. Dirk probably going crazy right now.
Okay, so
Let me stop.
so you're locked up in Rockland County.
I got kicked off. I got kicked out the Tombs. I got kicked off for every building on the island, except for the 6th building. I never been to the 6th building because I never got sent to. I got kicked out Westchester. Then I got kicked out of Rockland. Then I went to Rockland. Then I got kicked out of Rockland and went back to the island.
Now, right around 2015, it was reported by TMZ that there was a fight that you got into in jail.
I had a lot of fights.
A lot of fights. And then there was a situation, and me and you talked about it, you know, when you
Not
were
too much,
locked
but,
up. But there was a situation where they say you your girlfriend tried to like smuggle in some sort of sharpened object or something like that.
Oh, no, that wasn't my girlfriend. I was a fan.
A fan, okay.
It was a fan, and the fan didn't try to smuggle nothing into me. I had it inside the spot already. So I got sentenced for that already, 1-4, but
yeah.
It was I got sentenced already. But long story short, that's how the COs on the island is. I had a joint under my tongue. I had a scalpel under my tongue. And when I came into the building, when I came out to the visit floor, I'm expecting to see my moms and my sister. But the lady name was like Kimberly something. Now, I usually don't go down.
Kimberly Rousseau.
Yeah, or something like that, right? But they told me Kimberly Pollard. So my sister's name is Kimberly Shepard, and my mom's name is Leslie Pollard.
Oh, see, that was her.
So I'm thinking it's both of them. You know what I'm saying? But luckily, my sister was pregnant. So if she did come, that'd have been my sister and my mom's instead of the fan. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got you.
Because I had the scalpel regardless, but they just wrote it up that once they can't see nothing or do their job, they write it up that, oh, it was given to him from this, and the third. You see what I'm saying?
I got you.
That's how they gonna write it up. So long story short, the fan came, I looked at her, I'm thinking she about to walk right past me. I'm about to say, I'm sorry. The lady sits down right in front of me. So when she sit down right in front of me, I'm like, yo, what you doing? She like, I'm here to see you. I'm Kimberly. I say, yo, nah, you out. Say, yo, you out. I look at, hey, you out. You heard my sister coming, you heard? I'm like, my sister and my mom's coming. So I go back. When I'm going back, I get searched. They catch the scalpel. And they end up saying that it was how they caught the scalpel was funny, though. Boom. They tell me to open my mouth. So I never been to the fire building before. So it's my first time in the fire building. So I got it under my tongue. Usually in the tombs everywhere else, they just tell you squat dip. You get out of there. You feel what I'm saying? So what I did, I squat dip. They like open your mouth. I'm like, open my mouth? What you mean open my mouth? I'm not swallowing this shit. Be swallowing that shit.
Ooh, really? They swallow razors.
They swallow razors. Go get it out later. You heard?
Yeah.
Go get it out. I know keep it in their throat. You heard? I said, nah. You heard? I'm a one shot going. This shit get caught. We out of here. Yeah. Hey, man, we go to the fire. You know what I'm saying? Yo. Turn me around, they like, yo, Bobby, they like, open your mouth. So I said, yo, I try to toss that. I spit, I said, open the fuck. I tossed that. Yo, the thing, they locked me up and they said, yo, what's up? I said, yo, wicked, you heard? I looked at the report, yo, I said, yo, they charged the fee. It's dusty, yo.
Well, right around this time, Martin Shkreli, who I interviewed.
Who's that?
He's the pharma bro dude.
Oh, that was on the news talking about
yes.
Where the fuck he at? Tell me his contacts. I need to talk to him.
Well, Martin Shkreli actually offered to bail you out. He said, forget whether you think he's guilty or not. This guy should not be sitting in jail right now. It's insane. He's from Brooklyn. I'm from Brooklyn. He deserves a fair trial. He deserves good lawyers. He doesn't have good lawyers. His label is hanging him out to dry, so I have a conference call tomorrow with them. I'll show up with $2 million bail money. No problem. He's not going to flee the country. I'm not going to lose everything. I'm going to actually try to make this happen. This is one of the things I'm working on. Unfortunately, the next day, he was actually arrested by the FBI for securities fraud. So he was actually going to bail you out. And he actually has the money because he's like rich.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Did you know the story?
No, I didn't know the story. I just know he got locked up 2015 for the feds.
Yeah.
I know I seen him on the newsbeats in the day room, and that came up on TMZ. Yo, they like, yo, this will bail you out. I'm on the top, like, what you got? I'm on the phone, left call that nigga. Tell that nigga, get a nigga. I'm ready. What the fuck Alicia Keys said, I'm ready. I'm ready to go. Come get me. You know what I'm saying? Oh.
Okay, so you're sitting in jail. You can't make bail. Oh, wait, hold on. Hold on a second. He said he's ready. Hold on.
So we on the east side.
Hold on. Hey, what's good? Hey, hold on. I'm going to record this. Is that cool?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on one sec.
What's up, baby? Live and direct, baby. What's up, baby? What's up? Talk to me, man. I've been trying to see you since 2014, 15, baby.
Well, we both did some pretty long bits, so.
You did a bit too? How long they had you for?
5.
5 years? We gotta go out. You're not married, right?
No, I'm getting married now.
How about to we go out and f some bitches together, man? Damn, son. Can we at least go to the strip club?
I'll ask her. I'm gonna ask her for permission.
All right, let me know. Let me know we go to strip club, man. Link up with me, you heard? I'm gonna tell Vlad, give you my number.
You know I'm from Ocean Avenue.
Ocean and where? I used to live on Ocean and by what's right down the block from church? Ocean and Tiffany. It was Tiffany. I think it was Tiff. It was Tiffany or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy what they do to us.
I'm gonna tell Vlad to link us though. I'm gonna finish this interview. I'm gonna tell Vlad to link us up.
Ask him about how he tried to bail you out, though.
Yo, what about trying to bail me out? What happened? Why did I give you trouble? I think that's why they came for you.
I got my own case.
I think they came for you. Because you tried to come for me.
It's possible.
That's a conspiracy theory.
I was willing to help anybody. I'm willing to help anybody now. It's such a up system. You can't beat them.
We gonna talk, man. We gonna talk. I got some going story right now. Some big story right now. I'm gonna talk to you. You heard? I'm gonna tell Vlad to put us in connection. They got the cameras on right now, so I don't want to talk on the cameras. But we gonna talk. All right?
All right, brother.
All right, love. Vlad, make sure you connect us.
Of course. Done deal. That's why I put you all on the phone together. You got to meet Martin Shkreli for the first time. You know? You're sitting in jail. You can't get bond. And this whole time, Alex Spiro is your lawyer, who is also Jay-Z's lawyer.
Yeah, he's my lawyer.
Right. I heard you dropped a bag on him.
120,000. I don't know why my mama gave him 120,000. Was it 120,000 for 7 years in prison? I wouldn't. I don't think you want to talk about him. I would wild on that. I'm telling you, play outside. I doesn't recommend nobody to go there. Free Tory.
Well, the trial is going to start soon.
Tory?
No, your trial.
Oh.
We're back here. So
okay.
You're sitting here in jail, can't get bond, your trial's starting soon. You're facing more than 50 years at the time.
If I blow?
Yeah, if you blow trial. Now, you get a plea deal, but there's a catch because it's called a global plea. Right?
Awesome. I ain't never heard of it. Why they didn't do that with Chapo? Why they don't do that with Big Meech? Why they say, oh, you take 30? All right, we break it down. 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. Why ain't do that?
Okay. A global plea means that all the co-defendants have to take the offer. And if one person decides not to take the offer, nobody gets an offer.
Quano didn't take the offer.
Well, no. We'll talk about that in a second. But at the time, everyone had to take offers.
Yeah.
Or else no offers are going out and everyone has to go to trial.
Yeah.
So, you get a 7-year deal. Rowdy Rebel gets a 7-year deal. Montana Flea gets a 7-year deal. Monty, sorry. But when it gets to Quano, and he's offered a 15-year deal, he doesn't want to take it.
I ain't taking it.
How freaked out were you at that moment? Because what they were saying is that if Quano doesn't take that deal at that time, you guys don't get deals either.
So I had to tell everybody that we was taking the deal because I was telling them motherfuckers, let's go to trial. I was running fiend to go to trial. I looked at all my evidence. I said, let's go. I'm suing not everybody. I start talking too much too early. You know, that's the thing with me. I be talking too early. You know what I'm saying? Yo, son. They said, oh, yeah? I said, oh, yeah? So they come back with Rowdy. They like, yo, they got this and that on Rowdy. This a bunch of some stupid. They like, yo, if he blow, he this, and the third. So I'm like, stupid. All right, cool. So we got to take 7 years. I tell the bros we take the 7 years. Quano like, yo, bro, I need 10. Quano like, I take 10 right now. I ain't no 15. Yeah. Quano Vlad, Quano said I ain't that 15.
they end up letting Quato go to trial.
Well, yeah. So your lawyers approach, and at the very end, the judge allows Quano to separate from your deal.
Nah, from the beginning.
Oh, it was from the beginning?
Yeah, once Quato say he ain't taking that, they said, all right, cool, we're just trying by ourselves, and they still let us go.
Okay, so you guys got the global plea deal without him.
They just wanted us to they just wanted me to do time.
Right. So this is the crazy part.
I heard like out the judge's mouth, like the judges told me, like, yo, you would come back. He told all of us while we was in court, like, wow, our parents is there, people's there. He didn't even give a the judge client we had, that get no fucks. That told us in court. He said, listen,
You could get it back on your appeal. Your friends could get it back on the appeal. But all of you guys are going upstate, okay?
I said, oh, I jumped out of my seat. I felt that. Yeah.
Well, Quano, who had a 15-year plea deal, rejects it, goes to trial, loses, and gets sentenced to 117 years minimum for 23 counts, including attempted murder.
No, it wasn't 117. It's 30 to 40. It was 30 to 40.
Where did that 117 come from? You heard that before.
Yeah, there's Google. The internet is unbeatable.
Okay.
You can't beat these. Vlad. When I talk to girls all the time, they come and tell me that a whole bunch of. I said, what? I got a house on the moon and I got where? And what the you talking about? And I said, people crazy.
Okay.
I'm used to it though. I'm used to it.
Well, still, 30 to 40 versus 15 is a huge difference.
Yeah. 30, 40.
Because Quano was what, maybe in his 20s at the time?
Yeah, I came on, bro. He's working on his appeal too. I gave him like $50,000 for his appeal.
Damn.
No, he working on his. Shout out to Quano. I'm saying free Quano, free the bro.
Well, originally you had 8 counts, but you pled guilty to 2 counts. 1 count of weapon possession and a related conspiracy charge. This other 6 counts, including the conspiracy for murder, those were all dropped.
Everything was dropped. They was getting dropped regardless. So they just put all those counts to hold me on the bill. So it's like anything where people don't know. A lot of people be speculating outside, right? I know the system. I know I've been going through the system since I was 12 years old. You know what I'm saying? I've been all the juveniles in New York. I work in the juveniles right now. You know what I'm saying? With the kids at 17. These is my big bros, little kids right now. You know what I'm saying? At 17, 15. I'm like, damn. When I was shooting up the block, y'all niggas was like this high. These motherfuckers locked up for murders now, little K-Flocks. I'm like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Because they younger than me. You know what I mean? So, but long story short, I've been through the system, and I knew that it was from once I seen the evidence, Vlad. I knew it was.
Oh, yeah. And you said that the only reason you took the deal, because you felt you would have beat it in trial, was to help Rowdy and Monty avoid trial.
No, me and Monty took it to help Rowdy avoid trial.
Rowdy. Oh, okay, got it.
Yeah, me and Monty took it. So Monty and one day, I told him we had to. I'm like, yo, they gonna fry bro. And this is what happened. I tell young kids this is what happened when you sign up for a gang. You know what I'm saying? And I go in there, I talk to them. I say, yo, you could be smart, you could do this, but once one bro do this, now you subject to this or off the bat. You know what I'm saying? Some feel like, oh, I'm not that. No, this gang. Once we sign up, this I don't know how to grow up. When we grew up and we was on gang time and we sign up and you do something, we on your ass. We on your ass. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had to shoot in my gang before. Who was snitching or type of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had to shoot one of my friends for snitching before as a kid. You know what I'm saying? So I know.
You shot your friend for snitching?
Yeah, when we was kids.
Okay.
It was me, Rowdy, all of our friends when we was kids.
What happened to that friend afterwards? Did you ever get in contact with him again, or?
I seen him like 2-3 years ago.
How was that conversation like?
Just,
That's it?
Keep his head pushing, keep the head pushing. I'm Bobby Shmurda now. If I wasn't Bobby Shmurda, it would have been different. I passed through the hood, see him. In the hood, you know what I'm saying? Like that. But ain't, you know what I'm saying? Outside with the bros. He on code, with him code 33 and shit, they be having up like that. I was a wild boy when I was young, Vlad.
13 members of GS9 pled guilty to 101 charges, including narcotic sales, murder, assault, and weapons possession. Now, 2 of the people actually got some serious time, well, along with your man who we just talked about.
Yeah. Those are 3 guys that's still inside A-Rod, Rasha, and Quano.
Right.
Blue trial.
Rasha, blue trial.
And A-Rod, 98 to life.
98 to life for Rasha. And
53,
A-Rod.
53 to life.
53 to life.
Me and A-Rod used to get expelled suspended in first grade together.
Well, Deshane Cockett, a.k.a. Mitch,
Yeah.
had one of the most famous lines in your song. Mitch caught a body about a week ago. And he actually got charged with murder.
No, he didn't get charged with murder.
Well, he got 17 charges, 2 counts of second-degree attempted murder, and a whole bunch of assaults and so forth. You're right.
Right.
What
Free
ultimately
Mitch,
happened with him?
He's locked up right now. I think he locked up. He's doing 10 right now. He came home. He caught 5. Came home and got locked up for attempted murder again.
All these guys who are named in the song, we went through all these names.
He upstate right now, but you know what I'm saying?
How do they feel? Do they feel at the end of the day that being in that song made them a target?
No.
Do they feel some type of way about it? No.
If anything, the song helped them leverage benefits. Helped them leverage benefits from what they normally would have been doing. So the song benefited everybody.
Especially it benefited people because where we come from ain't nothing going on but dealing and murder and shooting. You know what I'm saying? So and it's so sad because you know when you get out the hood and where I be in these new areas and people see how excited and happy I was, and I always been like this since the hood, but it's how I was immune to it. Like I could see, I told you we used to walk over murder smiling. We used to walk over but their body smile laughing like, oh, so it was different how we grew up. You know what I'm saying? We come from Brooklyn, so and when you go outside the hood and become Bobby Shmurda or become anybody you become, and you be starting getting around different crowds, you can see certain that we was not regular. It's not normal, but it was normal to us.
Well, you end up pleading to a 7-year plea deal.
Yeah.
How do you feel at that point? Because you're how old?
20. I'm 21, 22.
You're 21, 22 years old, 7 years. This is in the state, so you potentially could do half or...
No, I knew that I was probably going to be maxing out because of behavior.
Right, because there was the whole razor thing.
You got behavior. No, I got sentenced to that. It was they ran it concurrent.
Yeah.
They ran it concurrent, but
What happened was I know that I got behavior issues with authority. I know how my natural beam is. You know what I'm saying? So when I was young.
Yeah.
I'm grown now.
I mean, you've done juvenile time and so forth, but now you're in adult prison for years.
But the thing is, I see so how the prison systems is. Everybody you in juvenile with, 80% of them is in prison. I'm seeing all my dogs from juvie. So they go, yo, Shmurda. They just everybody cursing me out. Like, yo, what the bro? How the you still? I'm like, yo, bro, was it me? These, you know what I'm saying? One of those types. So it's like everybody like, yo, come on, bro. Nah, I ain't with you, bro. Like, yo, so it's like I'm seeing and they like, yo, we expect you to be doing better. You doing it here with us right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, I was doing better. They came and got me. What the I'm like, yeah.
When you were sentenced to the 7 years, didn't you try to like take back your plea deal and argue with them?
So I tried to take the plea deal back because we was forced. First of all, I said I was forced because when they came with the 7 years, I'm like, yo, what you mean 7 years? I never heard no like that in my life. What you mean I got to take time for Rowdy? They like, yo, So I said, you know what? I'm going to take the time. When we go, once they sentence Rowdy, we went back to say, yo, we want to we want to.
Didn't work. Now you're locked up.
Yeah, we upstate.
Now you're upstate.
We going to prison. Hey, yo.
And because you're high profile, they put you in a special section.
So no, the first spot I lands, I gets to downstate. So I sneak in population. So I was a bad kid. Every time they used to try to put me in APU or IPC, I always run to population. I'll sneak in. I'll fight them. Like, I'm not going here. All my bros is over there. Y'all trying to put me in here with all these day room. I can't do it. You heard? Long story short, I gets to downstate. I sneaks in the population. They try to. I was good for like 5 days. Then they try to cut me. And when they try to cut me, miss. Wows him up. Shout out my son Gunner Hound from Long Island. And Rowdy little brother, he's with me too. So boom, we go in the mess hall. Now, how this prison system is set up over here, I was part of back in the days when I was young, you know what I'm saying? I was part of the Crips. And the Crips back in the days, it was like 1 to 10 every other gangs, you know what I'm saying? Or Bloods or this and that or whatever.
So there's fewer Crips is what you're saying.
Fewer Crips.
Yeah.
So
because New York is mostly Blood.
Majority Blood, but my hood is the biggest Crip hood, you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it's like, you know what I'm saying? My dad is not too much Bloods in my hood. There's a couple Bloods, but, you know what I'm saying? It's majority Crip, where I grew up at. But long story short, when I came into the building, it was like a whole bunch of, everybody, they thought I was like, some people who don't know me from before
think like I'm a rapper. Like I grew up like rapping on the corner or some. I'm like, what? Hey, I grew up. Hip, hop. I'm like, nah, bro. I'm just like a 7 foot. They gave a contract to and told you dunk. I'm just a 7 foot. I am that. What do you think Rick Ross and everybody's? Well, what do you think hip hop copies? They come get it from us. You know what I'm saying? So long story short, 2014 gave us the chance to be it now. Even Chief Keef gave us the chance for us to be it, because usually they're going to take something that's close to the streets. They're not going to go in the streets. So they started to, so long story short, yeah.
You're locked up with a lot of high profile people. Fat Cat is in there with you?
After they tried to cut me, they sent me with him.
Okay.
But they missed. We wild that up. We wild him up. You heard? Trying to get me this thing. We wild him up. You heard? Wild him up.
And you're with a bunch of serial killers and so forth.
APU is crazy. It's serial baby. These putting babies in microwaves and all types of crazy.
Damn.
So it's like being in a psych ward. It's like a psych ward. You heard that shit?
Everyone's crazy, but pretty much.
Damn, Lee, it was cops, it was ex-cops, and the only time they lock cops up is when they kill their families. All right, now you tripping. All right, now you... I said, yo, all the cops in the yard. I'm like, yo, what you locked up for, bro? You heard? Yeah, man, shot the, what happened? She caught a cheater? Clap down. Wow. It's crazy. My bad. I'm sorry.
What do you think was the craziest thing you experienced while locked up?
The craziest was the experience. Best memory or bad memory?
What about the bad memory?
A bad memory?
A bad memory. What was the worst situation that you were in or you witnessed while locked up?
I seen or witnessed, I seen some trannies whipping, and when the trannies whipping, a titty popped out. I almost threw up. Yo, Roddy started laughing. Roddy started laughing. I was like, oh, yo, nigga whooping his ass. Yo, on the boo. We smack. We coming out the room, me and Rowdy and my son Punch. We coming out the room, we smack. Coming down there like, yo, these scrapping outside like Jerry Springer, yo. So we smack, we watching it. Yo, wild on the... Then we smoking, the titty come out, so, yo, Roddy, let me move. I'm like, oh, what's that? I was like, what the fuck was that? It was unbelievable. I couldn't believe it. That was the first time I ever seen shit like that in my whole life, you heard?
Weren't you actually locked up with Beyonce?
Oh, I lied. Yo, I was in Clinton. They used to call this Beyonce on the line. You get me tight because the population, so boom, population, they serve you the food, you heard? They serve all the food. And they got this population. Everybody who been to clinic, I mean Clinton, know what I'm talking about. I think they call it J-Lo or Beyonce, whatever the name is, you heard? J-Lo or Beyonce, I don't know what they call this, you heard? Yo, I'm passing the line. I hear, what's up, Bobby Shmurda? I said, oh, hell no. Yo, yeah. I asked aloud. I said, I kept walking. I said, hi, how you doing? I kept walking, yeah.
So this is a transgender with like hair and everything?
They in the yard, in population everywhere. And see, the difference with New York, don't get raped in New York. Yeah, people don't get raped. There's trannies everywhere inside the...
Yeah, you don't have to do it.
This is crazy.
Right.
I said, oh, hell no, I'm going back to the cell. Yo, when I had to go to RPC, I just had to stay in the cell and get high all day. These be outside fighting wild shit like Jerry Springer. I said, what the fuck is this? It's a Maury show. Shit is like...
December 2020, Rowdy Rebel gets out first.
Yeah.
And then in 2021, you get a conditional release.
Yeah.
Quavo's there to pick you up.
Quavo picks me up.
Right. Were you guys like in contact the whole time?
He hit me like 2-3 times during the bit, and he like, yo, he called somebody, I forgot Lefty, I was left, or my mom, somebody, he called him, he's like, yo, I want to come pick Bobby up, and I was like, yo, definitely, you know, bring a private jet and some hoes, and they brung some, they brought some hoes.
Yeah.
They brought a jet too, but they brought some hoes.
Right, and you guys go to the studio at some point and you drop your first song, No Time for Sleep.
Yeah, we did I did No Time for Sleep. I dropped No Time for Sleep like 4 or 5 months later. Mm-hmm. I came on February, so I dropped it in September, it was like 7 months later.
Right, and around that time you signed with Rock Nation Management.
I signed with Rock Nation. I'm sorry. I'm drunk.
Yeah, who the fuck gave me honey? Yeah.
Well, I remember you were talking about you had a conversation with Jay-Z after signing to Rock Nation.
Yeah.
How did that go?
Huh?
Didn't he tell you like you were just into too much drama or something like that? Or?
Nah, he ain't tell me that. I don't want to talk about Jay-Z.
Okay, fair enough.
What? Nah, I said, Jay-Z, now playing. That's what I said. I ain't fucking with Jay. What up, nigga? What up, nigga?
So,
yeah, Shmurda, gang.
So you're out. You got a song with Quavo, who's hot to death at the time.
Yeah, well,
you
Shmoney.
signed with Rock Nation. You know, everyone's happy to have Bobby Shmurda back home. I mean, how did it feel? Did you do all 7 years or?
I did 6 in 3 months.
6 and 3 months. How did it feel to walk out and finally be back after all that time?
Listen, I ain't gonna lie, Vlad. Before I went to jail, I never used to give a about like that. You heard? I just care about money all day. I was just like, they're like, oh, you got that money? You got that money? With that money, you got that money? I wanted those. And I came home, man. I was sucking toes. I was doing the type of shit, bro. I almost got one pregnant. I was wilding. These them got come with twins. Then the other one, bro, I was porn stars. All types of crazy shit, Vlad. I'm talking about 10 sums, 9 sums.
But you had a 10 some?
Well, I got it on my phone. I'll show you what we think.
I've done a. Let me see. What have I done? I've done a 4-some. I've never done a 10-some.
Bro,
you got me beat.
Bro, 10. I'm
10.
talking about 10.
Okay,
I'm
you win.
running around the house. Why? I'm on a jet. They bring me on a jet. I had like 7 bitches on the jet. I'm wearing them. Like 4 or 5 bitches on the jet when I first come on. I'm wearing, you know what I'm saying? I was wilding, black.
Hey, man, you deserve it after being in prison.
I ain't wilding when I was
Come on, man.
Yeah, when I first came out, I was wild. I don't do that no more. You know what I'm saying? People, all the girls think I'm a now.
See, I always say this. I always felt like, just as a man, I always felt like dudes that are always going back to prison, I almost feel like they're secretly gay. Because to just not want to be around women, to just put yourself in a cell with a bunch of guys.
They not gay, they just retarded, bro. Yo, listen, I grew up in the hood. I got brothers. It's really retarded, bro.
Okay.
Like, yeah, people who don't know, some people, like, the people you see them keep going back to jail, I got brothers, like, just retarded, bro. It ain't even their fault, bro. So I'm like, damn, bro. It's crazy, right? You know what I'm saying? It just be like that, son. It don't be gay, just crazy, bro.
Okay.
Like, I ain't gonna lie. My brother, it one of them, that began, my mama kicked in. He's like 12 years old, 10, 12 years old. I ain't see police coming. Hey, Bumpo, I ain't for me. I don't know who they come for. It me or that. We used to look across. That's it for me. Which one? AOP or AOJ? They come for one of the polars.
Well, by 2022, you started being vocal about your issues with Epic. You said that the label's holding you hostage and you wanted to get out. You said, I got a 70-year-old lady running my label and I love her dearly, but doesn't want to let me go at all, no matter what I do. I've been signing them since I was 19. I did 6 years in jail trying to get off this label before I came home. You name one person in the industry, a label keeps signing in jail for 6 years. Yeah, I know. I made them more millions than they ever gave me. Just let me go.
You name me one person, they named held in jail 6 years. Listen, I still love you, baby. You know what I'm saying? You probably don't love me, but I still love you, baby. You know what I'm saying? I still love you. It's all love. You know what I'm saying? It's all love. They know what it is. Listen, it's all love. You heard? I ain't got nothing but love for y'all. You know what I'm saying? Leave me alone. I ain't got nothing but love for y'all, man. Let me eat, man. Let me eat, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm still a couple. Let me eat, man. You know what I'm saying?
Well, the label ends up letting you off at that point.
Yeah, I had to go. Well, I had to get with Rock Nation to get them off of me. But I don't want to talk about neither of them. You know, I just say, you know, it's all love, baby, to both. You know what I'm saying? It's all love. You know what I'm saying? I still love y'all. You know what I'm saying? It's cool. You know what I'm saying? I know how it go. I got ex-girlfriends. You know what I'm saying? I still love y'all. You know what I'm saying? I said the A-Rap earlier. I still shout out. I still love you. You know what I'm saying? They might not love me no more, but I still love them, Vlad.
Well, at one point, Rowdy Rebel, he goes on Math Hoffa's show.
Yeah.
And he made some comments about NBA YoungBoy and Lil Tim and Quando Rondo, and that caused some sort of situation between you, Rowdy Rebel, and YoungBoy.
It didn't really cause a situation. It was a cause of misunderstanding.
Okay, so explain.
So misunderstanding was, I guess, the young boy felt somebody we was talking. I was posting something about somebody else because the world's full of people, and I don't even know these kids, but these kids being delusions and like that. Their girlfriend suck their dick and tell them, "Hey man, who knows what's going on." But anyway, long story short, the young boy called my name. I'm a hothead person, so I'm a hothead person. I'm a person where I don't do that movie from 100 miles away. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm gonna do that right then and there. I ain't even gonna think about it. So I went on the internet and right then and there, cause I'm like, yo, listen, I will do it to you on camera. I'm one of those boys. You know what I'm saying? With a smile, and I'm gonna be right on the block, eat oxtail, laughing right after. Got niggas so and we do it again. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had to chill and I had to say, hold on, I'm too old for this. I'm too old and I got too much business and too much to be in to be getting into this. And right now, for this misunderstanding, I got to set an example for how black young men are supposed to deal with each other when we have misunderstanding. And I got to also set an example for kids, people that's coming home, when kids are looking at the people that's coming home and say, yo, we got to do better. So I didn't push forward with it. I didn't respond after I responded because I responded off of temper because I just came home from prison. I was still hot-headed at the same time. And growing is not one day. It takes a time. So it was a misunderstanding at that time.
Let's talk about that situation for a second because I interviewed Lil Tim. I also interviewed Quando Rondo.
I don't even know who Lil Tim is.
Well, Lil Tim is the guy who killed King Von after Von attacked Quando Rondo. Right. So basically, King Von ran up on Quando and started attacking him. And Lil Tim was his little man, pulled out a gun and killed Von. And then everyone on Von's side started pulling out guns and off-duty cops started shooting. Multiple people died that day. This dude named Slutty, who was King Von's friend, he got killed. His manager, 100K Track, got shot in the legs. Old Block Louie got shot in the head.
Wait, that day?
That day.
Wait, so all old black people got shot?
A bunch of people got shot. Lil Tim, he got shot.
Okay.
He got bagged.
Oh, he got shot.
You know what I'm saying? So it was a disaster. But I interviewed Quando Rondo and then I interviewed Lil Tim. And what I said was, I don't think he did anything wrong. If I get attacked by someone claiming to be a serial killer, I expect my security to shoot that person. See what I'm saying? You have security. Your security is supposed to protect you if someone attacks you.
You know what it is? I don't want to talk. I don't talk on the situation because they public figures. But we'll just say if it was any guys in the hood, I can't talk on that situation. I'm saying I don't want to talk on Dirk and them situation because it's too much emotionals going on and then we got to bump in each other. And sometimes just because we all black or we all from neighborhoods doesn't mean we all structured the same. We all don't run the same. We all don't think the same. Killing is killing. You know what I'm saying? They're killing the army. You know what I'm saying? Relax. You know what I'm saying? Police people, relax. So it's not about killing, it's about how the team is structured. And I would say anywhere else, I'm not talking on the Dirk and them situation. My situation is in my hood. You swing on.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
That's why the biggest, we run the block. And they be like, how the you run the block? Swing. It's going to be your last swing. When people see me running around all day like this, I be like, go ahead. Go ahead. I know that I can tell the future. I'm going to tell you what's going to happen to you.
Yeah, you don't put hands on people. That's how I feel.
But everybody is structured different. So I'm not talking about Dirk and them situation. You know what I'm saying? I don't know their relationship. They probably have friends. They probably feel like, yo, we could fight and talk back. Because I know I've seen them on camera before, right? With Rondo and them on camera with each other. So I don't know their situation. I'm not going to talk on their situation. But I'm just talking about us? Me? Swing on me is going to be his last swing.
Yeah.
Go on, swing. Swing on me if you think you going to knock. I think I was so bad I got these pretty teeth. Go ahead. Swing till you. Now. Yeah, I said.
Well, you and Rowdy Rebel, at one point, did you fall out over this or did you fall out over something else?
No, we didn't fall out.
Where are you guys right now?
So right now, I'm a businessman. So everybody knows from the hood. I keep it 100. From the hood, I tell you, I sold. Everybody, when y'all hear these people saying they sold, they did not sell all they like. Or if they did sell, they sold for guys like us. They was not the business person that came up with the idea, created this, and you know what I'm saying? They was a person to follow. So when you on the business and you elevate to, Rowdy done wasn't dealers when we was in the hood. You know what I'm saying? They was like, you know, Rowdy was fighters and like that. So when you elevate to this type of status, and this goes for like all the rappers that come out of hoods, the guys that really sold gonna take this serious. And then you're gonna have guys that just want, you know, want to live life or whatever. You know, I don't know how to say it, but I'm on business timing. Well, I'm on a different business timing. So when I'm on a different business timing, it separates your time from he's on his business time and I'm on my business time, and I structure my business different. So sometimes we separated because we don't see eye to eye with business. So to keep our relationship where we not falling out with each other, you gotta do your business over there and I'm gonna do my business over here because I run my like this. You know what I'm saying? I don't want no coming up to no meetings. I'm not bringing no 20. I'm not bringing no 30. I'm not gonna say I'm my bad, but my bad. I don't want to, but that's my son. Yeah. But we just handle business different.
I mean, you guys were childhood friends. You know, you took prison time, so he would get less time.
That's the gang. I signed up for the gang. It'd have been anybody, not only Rowdy. It could have been Quino. It would have been anybody who was on that indictment. And we in the field together or anything. That's how it was gonna go.
I feel you, but I mean, outside of that, you know, because he got signed to Epic right along with you.
Yeah.
Right. So you know,
also
you're the one that blew up first. So he managed to, you know, he got to capitalize off of your success, which is a great thing, which is I'm sure made you happy. He got a record deal thanks to your song blowing up. So there's a lot of positivity that came from your side that helped him out over the years. So to me, it's just a little sad that you guys are not friends anymore.
I don't say it's that we're not friends. I say like it's like boom. You see how Dirk and Little Chief Keef is? How Chief got what's his 300 and Dirk is OTF?
Yeah.
I was Shmurda and he was shmoney.
Okay, got it.
So he got his clique before and I got my clique. So I think people visualize it like before in the hood, we used to be together every day. Me and Rowdy never used to be together every day. I had my clique, he got his clique, but out 7 days out the week, I'm seeing it 2-3 days.
Right, I mean, he's in the
hood. He's in the same
he's
hood.
in your music video.
You know what I'm saying? He's in the same hood. We went to elementary together, but my
Yeah.
hood is so big that you could be here one day, he got his clique, like 5-Yo and them is from Rowdy's building. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So I didn't know 5-Yo and them like that. I know him, but I don't, like, he's not who's outside with us, like, you know what I'm saying? But I know 5-Yo from the building, you know what I'm saying?
Well, isn't Rowdy still signed to Epic right now?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe.
I don't. I mind my business, Vlad.
I got you.
I stay out of trouble by minding my business. I know I can speak on for facts.
I got you.
That's it. I don't know nothing else.
Around that time, you dropped your album Bad Boy.
Bad Boy.
Which
not album, mixtape.
Bad Boy.
Mixtape.
Bad Boy.
Bad Boy.
Not Bad Boy.
Yeah,
Bad Boy.
O-D.
B-O-D. Got it.
Bad Boy, yeah.
Got it. And being in the public, and I've experienced this as well, you always get ridiculous stories posted about you. And at one point, a dude claimed that you were in bed with him.
Well, what?
There was a dude that claimed that you were in bed with him, who later apologized and said it was all fake.
What's crazy was that I posted the girl, right? I was in bed with my stylist, and one of my stylists at the time, and the next girl. And it's so crazy. The same girl that I posted her, right? And then they didn't pick it up, but they pick up all the lies. That shit my head up. I'm like, yo, bro, I just posted it. But why do y'all want to do all this shit with the lies? But as I said, it's coming from the ex-girlfriend. You know what I'm saying? I still love you. I know y'all don't love me no more. I still love you though, baby. Now how you gonna say you don't love me no more? I still love him, but you know how that goes, Vlad. When you leave an ex-girlfriend, oh, he's gay. Oh, he got six toes. Oh, he got this and that. Oh, he's that. Oh, he's this and that. Oh, look at it. I said, damn, what the I don't even know what to do. I don't know how to move. I'm like, yo, what the
Come on, man. I've had gay rumors. I've had pictures posted of me that are not me, that they're claiming is me. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, I've never had earrings, so whoever this guy is not me. Like, you know, the face is fuzzed down.
How about
like,
the one with the boogie? They got one with Big Boogie dancing on the stage. He was like doing some crazy. I know you seen that one.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, and then I said 3 years later, well, you know how I found out my son 42. I'm 42. I'm like, yo, who the f is this?
So the whole time I was laughing. 42 like, yo, you don't know what that is? I'm like, nah. He like, yo, bro, that's Big Boogie. I said, what? I said, why they trying to make me look like this? Then the next door, everybody, wow. And the songs is fire. Don't get it twisted. I fuck with his song. I fuck with the music. You know what I'm saying? But I'm like, yo, the internet is unbeatable. How the f*** y'all said this is, what I said, oh, this is crazy.
I mean, look, Boss Man D-Lo, there was some gay dude that claimed that he was like texting him, and then later on he said he was lying. I remember there was this transgender named Sydney Starr who claimed she had a relationship with Chingy. Then later on she said she was lying. And, you know, people lose deals over this and lose shows and et cetera, et cetera.
That's what happened. So it's like the rumor campaign. They do a rumor campaign on you. And they start calling me different rappers. I'm like, I ain't Big Boogie. What the f***? I just crazy. My name is Bobby Shmurda. What the f*** is this? But anyway, long story short, it was a whole bunch of rumors going on.
Well, at one point, you claimed that Jay-Z and Rock Nation were behind some of these gay rumors when it comes to like Meek Mill and Diddy and stuff like that. You said, I would tell you what's going on with Meek. I left the team that Meek was on. Meek left that team. If you leave that team, they come for you. It's like a relationship with these labels. It's like leaving a girl with a lot of power. She's going to try to make your life a living hell. She's like, we own the internet, so we're going to spread all the rumors about you. I'm going to pay for 3,000 comments making jokes. They'll try to call me gay. The most bitches ever. Like, come on, for real. I'm not even mad at them doing it, you know, but I'm mad that people actually believe it.
I wasn't even mad that I was surprised that people were so stupid. But you know what? I didn't grow up watching TV. It's like that. So I didn't. I'm like, yo, what the believe anything they see, bro? You should see some AI or anything. They just believe anything. They can see. I'm like, what the yo, it's crazy.
Yep.
But what I'm gonna say? I still love you, baby. How you gonna say you don't love me no more? What am I here doing? These kids trying to buy my mama a kid, trying to stay up on the kid. It's all love.
Well, in 2023, you dropped a freestyle where you talked about snitches, and people felt you were talking about Gunna.
Listen, I learned to stay away from industry. I don't talk about industry people because they are products of big companies that have a lot of money to spread rumors and do all types of, you know, like campaigns. And so I'm going to say Rats was talking about all these snitches because personally to me, my father got 120 years. His friend snitched on him.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
That's
so
crazy.
His friend snitched, and then I had to shoot one of my friends when I was like 15, 16. He's not dead. Don't worry, he's not dead. He still lives in the hood. Still, so I can't go to jail. It's been over 10 years or so, you know, this thing. But yeah, Vlad got real, bro. So snitches and me personally, I don't really like snitches. You know what I'm saying? I know I do business. See, the snitch to me is a person that portrays to be a gangster. If he's a civilian's a civilian. You know what I'm saying? But if you portraying to be a gangster, then you telling on people. Now, I'm not saying I'm talking about rappers, but if it applies, if it don't apply, let it fly. You know whatever the shit, you know what I'm saying? But it's portraying to be gangsters, and then they out here, yes, sir, Mr. I am, come on, bro. I don't want to listen to music. That's why I don't be listening to the music. That's why I know nobody, I don't listen to the music. I don't be listening to none of these rappers. These niggas all cap. Get the fuck out of here. And got clown painted up his face. Get the fuck out of here.
Remember, we talked about this when we had our jail interview because you ended up doing a song with Tekashi 6ix9ine.
Yeah.
But then he ended up snitching afterwards.
Yeah. And his song went 5-time platinum. He gave me a 5-time platinum inside the thing.
Wow.
Inside prison. I went platinum in prison with him.
Right.
But I knew it was because of his extension. I mean his
right. But you said that after the snitching, you wouldn't do any more songs with him.
No, I wouldn't.
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't, because the thing for Sis is what he's portraying to be. So if you just tell off the rip, you're a civilian and tell,
right.
Cool, you're a civilian. You know what I'm saying? I don't prove it, but you're a civilian. Cool. But I'm saying when you're a whole portraying tattoos and man, yeah, shoddy. How these be doing this dress up? I call it dress up gangster. You probably never heard of it. I call it dress up gangster.
I like that term, dress up gangster.
Dress up gangster. Yeah, shoddy playing dress up and shit. Nah, I'm saying, get the fuck out. This telling all of us, bro. I'm telling you right now. I'm putting in the back later. This gonna be telling, bro. Look at this. This thing's a movie. This is a watch a movie. It came outside. Let's go with this play while. You know, I tell people, don't let play with your life like a movie, bro. These gonna be reality. You be outside and come outside playing with life like it's a movie, bro. And I tell people that from young, like, boy.
Well, for example, Kid Cudi, he took the stand against Diddy.
Who?
Kid Cudi.
He did?
Yeah, he took the stand against Diddy.
What he said?
Oh, you don't know this whole story? Okay. Well, according...
I can talk about Diddy because there's no murder.
Right.
We can talk about Diddy.
So this is what
this
happened.
This ain't no gangster shit, so we can talk about Diddy.
So
Diddy free, you want it?
Right, Diddy's not free right now. This is where we're at with the Diddy case right now, right? So, Diddy and Cassie were a couple.
Yeah.
And at one point, Diddy put her in the studio with Kid Cudi, and she started creeping and started dating Kid Cudi on the side.
Or
Diddy finds out, gets his female assistant and security and a gun, and finds out where Kid Cudi lives and breaks into his house.
And do what?
I don't know, messes with his dog and does some other weird. Diddy said, "You come here, dog."
And niggas start with the dog giving him lean and gave the dog some weed.
So Kid Cudi finds out that his house is being broken into. He drives back. Diddy leaves, sees Kid Cudi's car, turns around, tries to chase him, but then the police show up. So Diddy takes off. The police writes down his license plate, whatever else, and then he ends up having someone firebomb Kid Cudi's Porsche. He cut like the convertible top and threw a Molotov cocktail inside the car. So Kid Cudi took the stand and talked about his experience with all this.
With Diddy?
Yeah, and at one point he actually met up with Diddy. He said Diddy looked like a supervillain. And as he's talking to Diddy trying to work this out, Cassie walks in. And he's like, oh, she played both of us. But Kid Cudi took the stand and he testified in Diddy's
Cassie gave
trial.
some money? Cassie gave like $2-3 million?
$2-3 million? She got $20 million from Diddy.
I know, but did she give Kid Cudi some money?
I don't think so.
This shmoney. They got some money. She better give you some money. You better to have mine up here with this.
Yeah, she got 30. She got She got $20 million from Diddy and $10 million from the Intercontinentals.
What?
$30 million total.
But she took $20 million for what?
From Diddy.
And $5 million from
$20 and $10 million from the Intercontinental Hotel. Remember where she got beat up?
I got my put to jail. Hold on. Yeah, they had the handcuffs on too. They put me on my head. Yo, Warren Black.
So would you say Kid Cudi's a snitch?
Me personally, I would say you snitch, Cudi, but
I mean, Young Thug called him a snitch.
I say, listen, yeah. I would say you a snitch, Cudi, but difference, you a civilian.
Yeah.
So you gotta expect the civilian to do that. The snitch is a person who you don't expect. Like you's the gangster, now you snitching. You know what I'm saying? Like the person I told you I shot, he was a gangster. You know what I'm saying? I shot the other people with him. You know what I'm saying? So it's different. This is, we know he gonna tell. Why y'all gonna play with him, boy? Y'all know this gonna tell. Like, I don't get that. Y'all know this gonna tell. Who you gonna? But Diddy's a civilian too. So Diddy's a gangster civilian though. You got gangster civilians.
So you would not call the police for no reason?
Huh?
You yourself?
Me?
Yeah.
Let's
just say, for example,
if they break in my car and they steal my jewelry, I'm calling insurance. Police report. Yeah, I'm calling insurance.
Okay, but for example, let's say your mom got kidnapped. Would you call the police?
I'm calling niggas. Like, bring my guns and tell me somebody's daughter. Give me somebody's daughter name. I'm going to get somebody's daughter. They took my mom. We going to elementary school. We about to tear this down. Fox 5.
So you would not call
Fox 11.
You would not call the police in that situation.
I'm going to Lakeville.
Okay.
That's me, bro. Vlad, you gotta understand. When I was in the street, I shot like 10 people. I was bad. I was a shooter, so I was different. Like, I'm bad man thing. Yeah, I'm bad man thing. Man, police, I mean, police. Why don't these people that? I didn't farm with that. But now,
I mean, as you're
I'm
older
smarter now.
Yeah.
I don't get in those situations.
Yeah.
See, I tell people all the time, right? I tell my friends, I tell even Rowdy them tell you, I tell them, as we get older, we know the situations we putting ourselves in, right? I don't go to no gambling spot. I don't want to go to no gambling spot. I don't want to go to nowhere where something happen and I'm gonna have to shoot somebody, or I'm gonna have to feel like I gotta defend my life.
Yeah.
So I don't want to go to the hood clubs. I don't want to go to the thing. I don't go to none of that. Don't see me none of that.
I'm in the tech bars. I'm at the tech things where people are having fun. It's loungy. I can dance. The wild wilds is going. The girls is passing. Is making money. I'm meeting. Oh, what's that? This, that. That's the place I want to be. I'm not thinking about no violence. There's no violence in sight.
Right.
Now, when you have to go certain places, you could defend yourself, but they're not going to see it like that when the story is written on Times Square or whatever. I mean, New York Times. They're going to, nigga killed somebody because they kidnapped his mom. They're not going to say that. They're going to say, think locked up for murder, this tied to a kidnapping case or whatever. They got you looking crazy. So, just don't even do it. I tell people, what the hell you doing to get your mom's kidnapped?
I mean, but these stories happen.
What
for
you
example, I interviewed AZ Faisan.
Who's that?
AZ Faisan was Rich Porter's partner.
Oh,
Paid in
AZ.
full.
That
AZ. Right. And, we talked about...
That's different, though. He's selling drugs.
Right.
You in that
Exactly.
business.
And, remember, Rich Porter's little brother got kidnapped.
You in that business. Though.
Yeah.
That's why I
interviewed Rich Porter's sister, and that's, that's her brother,
I don't sell
little brother.
commercial real estate, Vlad. I ain't selling.
I'm just saying, but these types of kidnapping situations in that life really happen.
Probably try to kidnap my mom was to tax people. Oh shit! I'll pay my tax.
This year, you're supposed to have a tour called the Still Alive Tour, which ended up getting canceled.
Yeah.
What happened?
So, boom, I get a call from my son Scooby and this guy named Guap. So, Scooby I know from the hood. I know Scooby from the hood. Long story short, I don't even take these calls, but my son's called me and said, yo, I got to play for you with some guys out in the agency. He got his own agency. He wants to set a tour up for you. I said, cool, we get on the phone. They called me about 9 to 10 times. Give me that blue phone. Give me that black or blue phone. I want to show him with a text message, either one. The blue phone. That's the blue one?
This one?
Yeah. So I'll show you. So, boom, they called me about 9 to 10 times. I finally agree and say, you know what? I'm going to do the tour with y'all because y'all need to make some money. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, they need to make some money. So they booking shows that I don't even want that I don't even want. But before they do that, I said, if y'all don't have marketing or know how to run ads, do not put on a tour. When you see me at these shows or other shows, they have the promoters know how to market, and they know how they know the areas, they know the geography, they know how to market. You understand what I'm saying? If you do not know how to market a tour, you cannot run a tour. These guys, I told them for about 10 times. I finally say, yo, they got experts. These hire some people, they don't know what they're doing, right? We get in a big fight, big argument. They tell me they want to push the tour back. I said, I ain't pushing back. I'm canceling it. We cancel. I want you to read that right there. You can even read it. Yeah. I told them from the beginning, if you didn't know how to run ads, do not set up a tour. This is grown man business. It's not no little kid.
Okay. So, in this text message, Philip is saying, hey, Bobby, just want to apologize for this. Said, yesterday I lost my cool about the whole thing. I know it's stressful on you and all of us. And you said, same here. Yeah, they haven't ran the ads right. And then he said, we already on phone with promoters figuring out this more and got off the phone with 2 of them already. We're right about that.
You were right about that.
Yeah. Most have not. Belt has been getting put to ass all morning.
So, throw it back.
Sorry.
But you can throw it back. But you just see that I post that. He comes out with a narrative to defend his his company and say only 10 tickets per city were sold.
Yeah.
So I didn't respond, right? Because I watched how all the vlogs picked this up. After I just posted that, right? They pick up his response to defend his company, and people run along with him.
Right. Is this is Philip Stengel?
Huh?
Philip Stengel?
Yeah, he posts that, right?
Right. He sent me a DM that I'll read you in a second.
Again.
Okay. This is what he said. He sent me a DM. I didn't respond to it, but this is what he sent me. He said, this is Bobby Shmurda. He said, this Bobby Shmurda tour controversy has gone viral. I'm the booking agent he publicly blamed. The facts, tour is averaging 10 tickets per city. No ads were run. I advised him to cancel weeks ago. If you want the real story of the receipts, let's talk.
Right there. You said that I can show you text messages and receipts that says different from everything. That they're still calling me to this day right now, begging me to help sell catalogs. Yo, I got somebody to help sell the catalog. Yo, I got somebody to do. I'm like, bro, I don't want nothing from you guys. You don't know what you're doing. You're trying to hit a lick. You have no product. Okay, you guys manage who? Cowboy and all these other guys. I've been independent for 4 years. I've been on the road. I've been to Dubai 4 or 5 times. I've been to London. I've been to Norway. I've been to what's this other Poland? Poland. How you say it? Poland.
Poland?
Poland. I've been to Poland, performed there, over 100,000 people, and I'm like, yo, how is you like your receipts don't match with my receipts, first of all, and then you don't know what you're doing. Second of all, cause look at your art, look at your clients. I'm out here doing this by myself with my own independent booking agencies. So long story short, they wanted to push the tour back. I advise that they cancel it. I can show you text messages. They keep telling me that they want to push the tour back on my dead grandmother. I'm like, yo, bro, you guys don't know what you're doing. So now, when they put that statement out, 10 tickets per city. It was way more than that on my mother. It was sold out, like 2-3 shows were sold out already. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, yo, the fact that people can really sit there and repost 10 tickets per, like, yo, 10 people in LA just jumped up. Right. 10 people in Miami. 10 people
that's what went viral.
That's what I'm looking at.
10 tickets per city, yeah.
I'm like, yo, y'all, but I could post the most successful going into buildings with SL Green. They won't repost none of this. Vlad, they won't repost this. As soon as the rumors come out, I said, oh, you know what? I ain't fighting.
That's how it works, man.
I ain't fighting them no more.
We signed up for this, though. You know that, right? We signed up for this.
I don't care.
Happens to me, too.
Vlad, but the thing is, I got a person like, I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Like, if it ain't true, I don't go for it. Like, if a person go for it, if they show me who they are and how would I say it?
They really thought of you the whole time?
No, not yet what they thought it, but what their mind state is. You know what I'm saying? I'm good. If you could believe some, I don't want to listen to you. Probably gonna lead me to some. You gonna tell me some more? Somebody else told you that. I don't know that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, thank you for clearing it up. I mean, listen, man, it happens. I mean, sometimes, shows don't work out in certain markets. Every artist has shows that aren't packed out. That's just life for you.
No, the promoters wanted to keep going. Everything wanted to keep going, but they did never run the ads. Meaning any tour manager, every tour knows that they have to run ads.
True.
Because the club show is different from a stage or a thing show.
Yeah.
A club show, they don't need no.
Yeah, the club people show up to club anyways. Yeah, exactly.
So when you doing this and you looking at my page, you say, oh, you seeing crowds of people. You have to know this is marketed. I went through some people that had marketing. If you don't know what you're doing, you can't be acting like you know what you're doing because you're 40 or 50 years old. And you look at your shows. Where your shows at? Where's your clients? Well, show me something. Show me your new receipts. My receipts, I got receipts. I'm doing $100,000 shows. I'm still doing $100,000 shows. I'm doing shows right now, $70,000, $60,000. They calling me right now.
Nice.
They call me right now. Where my mother? I'm with my phone.
I believe you, man.
Right now.
I believe you, man.
So yeah, I'm saying, but it's the facts that it's my business, and then as you say, these rumors will stop people's shows sometimes.
Yeah.
It will stop other people's shows. It ain't stop my motion, but it is what it is. It had a little, and I had to keep come back and show them, like, you know what I'm saying?
I feel you, man. That's why we're clearing it up right now. You're actually involved in some pretty cool projects right now. Yeah. Some commercial real estate projects in New York City?
Yes, Times Square, right across the street from Quads.
Okay.
It's right across the street actually from Quads, $20 million Charlie Fox. We got a dispensary with my boys SL Green. I went with the president, Andrew Mathias. You'll probably hear about Floyd Mayweather talks about him a lot too all the time. Like, he got investments with him, but they're like one of the biggest real estate commercial companies in the country. So we did the project. Make sure y'all go tap in. Dispensary 719 Times Square, right across the street from Quads, where I got locked up, the legendary Quads. I also got invested in a clinic in Texas as well.
What kind of
clinic? My own clinic is how you say it?
Fertility clinic?
Yeah, not fertility. You get to go X-rays and all the other.
Oh, okay, like a wellness clinic.
I guess so. Something you get X-rays and all of that.
Okay.
But it's called the Honeycomb. The Honeycomb Clinic is right across the street from the Turkey Leg, one of the most famous restaurants inside Texas, Houston.
With the Turkey Leg Hut?
Yeah, it's right across the street from it.
They're out of business.
What, Turkey Leg Hut?
Yeah.
You lie, I just went there like 2 years ago.
They got shut down, and I think one of the owners is being charged by the feds.
What?
For like
I'm going to
arson and all
Texas on the 20th.
Oh no, you're not going to Turkey Leg Hut. I can guarantee you that.
No, I think it's Austin though. I'm going to Austin. Damn.
All of them are shut down.
Or?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yep. Yep. Well, the founders got a divorce. There was all types of lawsuits, and there was criminal activity. I think that the husband got arrested for arson and a whole bunch of crazy. So yeah, Turkey Leg Hut.
I just met him when I was down there.
Well,
damn.
you probably won't meet him again. 'Cause he may be locked up. That's all I'm saying.
Vlad is stupid.
That might be your last meeting.
Vlad is stupid, yo. Vlad is stupid. But I'm also going into ETM.
What's that?
I got some ETM.
Ethereum?
Yeah, no. Said period. ETM music.
What's it? Oh, EDM.
Yeah, EDM.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Yeah.
I thought you meant I thought you meant something else. Okay.
So I'm doing a song. I'm also about to put out some music with Diplo and Jazzy.
Really?
Yeah,
oh, that's the homie. With Diplo.
For real?
Yeah.
Yeah, Diplo, my son.
I spent New Year's with him one year. Yeah.
Well, after we get off the interview, I'm gonna play some songs that we working on right now, and then I'm doing some with Jazzy too as well, inside piecing them.
Well, that's where we're gonna end it, man. Bobby Shmurda. We finally made it happen. We've been in contact over the years. We did the jail interview. Jenny Boom Boom did an interview with you.
Who's Jenny Boom Boom?
From Connecticut. The blonde girl.
How she look? She got the boom boom?
Well, she's kind of,
She got the fatty or she got the wagon?
You know what I'm talking? Hold on.
Jenny Boom Boom, fatty Boom Boom.
Hold on. Let me show you.
Hey, fatty Boom Boom, where you at?
This interview right here.
Oh, hell no. Well, no, I still love you, Boom Boom, but I still love you like a sister now.
Shout out to Jenny.
Jenny, I still love you, baby. You know what I'm saying? Like an auntie sister.
No, but this is the first time you and I really got to do a real interview, man. And listen, I've always been a fan. I've always admired what you pulled off. And like to come out of prison after that many years and to get back to work and to still have fans, still do shows, still have artists reaching out to you and still doing your thing. You look happy, you look healthy, you're getting involved in diversifying your business, doing other stuff outside of just hip hop because, look, you could have a hit song and you can tour off it for a long time, but at some point you have to figure out other ways to make money.
I tell people
that's what you're doing right now, it seems.
You tell me one person that made $1 billion off a song.
Nobody.
People did, but not a rapper, not artists.
Well, yeah.
They make billions off of product
Michael
and
Jackson.
development. Product and development.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, probably.
No, but I mean, in rap, if you look at all the billionaires, they all had to go outside of rap.
Product and development.
Jay-Z had to go into liquor. Diddy had to go into liquor.
Nas went into tech.
Dr. Dre went into tech.
Oh, yeah, Jay.
Beats by Dre.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Like, everyone has to do something
Even
outside
some of the
of rap.
athletes, right? Even the athletes.
Even a lot of the athletes.
Michael Jordan, sneakers, clothes.
Yeah, Michael Jordan made most of his money from Nike, not from the Bulls. Not from the NBA.
So I be telling people that's what I be chasing. That's what I'm after right now. So that's what it.
Well, congratulations, man. Glad we finally got to do it. And look, man, like you came from an area where out of everyone around you, you're the one that made it. You're the one that made it, and you did your best to try to bring your neighborhood with you. You did your best.
Sometimes it's like everybody can't go, and we see the story all the time, man. And then even from the first ones, we was the second wave. I think the first wave was even Lil Durk and Chief and them was the first wave of our generation.
Yeah.
And then we came, you know what I'm saying? But as you see, you can't bring I'm telling young boys, you can't bring everybody with you, bro. And then sometimes you got to tell the guys that's coming with you, they're like going to college again, because right now everything they learned in the hood, they got to erase that and then learn a whole bunch of other new in order to manage you or in order to stay, keep around and make money with you. So I tell the guys from the hood to make sure that the guys you bringing with you is on that timing, or else it ain't gonna work.
Well, you see this all the time.
Because we not explained this.
Yeah.
Nobody tells us this. Like, yo, if y'all come into this game, you got to tell your homies. So when they in the thing, yo, we about to sign this deal. Y'all know y'all got to stop that. Y'all got to start doing this now. You got to start learning this now. And then they got to start expecting going to ask questions like, you know what? Let me start chilling with the older managers and see what they know and to know how to move and all of that. But they're not even going in like that because we not taught that type.
Yeah, but the story, like Whack 100, he said something interesting on my show recently. He said, if you try to bring the block with you, you'll end up in a cell block. Agreed?
Because why? Because what we taught. So the things that I know right now, I do venture capital. you ask a black person about venture, somebody from the hood sometimes, they gonna be like, what the venture
They don't know
capital?
what that is, yeah.
They don't even know about raising money. We're raising money for funds and doing this and getting 2 and 20s. And I'm learning all this through my tech and my CEO.
Hold on. Well, let's not even talk about venture capital and raising money. You ask a typical person from a neighborhood like that, and I've had conversations with people like this on my show, about basic stock investing, about the S&P 500. You know what I mean? Just very simple stuff, and they don't know anything about it. Anything. And sometimes these are guys that are also millionaires by that point and still don't know basic financial literacy.
You know what's the difference? It's the difference between guys with money and a boss.
Yeah.
I learned that from one of my CEOs. They like 23, 24, right? And
Damn, okay.
But they tech guys, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know how the techies, the young CEOs, these like 23, 24, and they running up 40, 50, $100 million companies, right? And I learned that from him where there's difference between somebody with a money and a boss, because our idea was he came in, he got a company that's probably, one of the companies worth like $100 million, right? And he's 23, 24. They came in with no money from the hood. When one of my next CEOs too, he's like 26, 28. He came in with no money. The company's worth $40 million, right? And they raised this from their mind state, from putting a blueprint together, putting a pitch deck together. And we not taught that type of shit, lad.
Yep.
You ask my age about the business, they gonna tell you what? I bet you they tell you about that new Louis drop. I said,
And that's too bad. And
yeah,
that's too bad.
The new Louis bag.
Right.
Crazy.
Well, because here's the thing, right? And I know about this from personal experience, is that if you don't understand how to invest your money and it's just sitting there, you're going to end up spending it. You're going to end up buying a car.
They're going to end up gambling,
You're going to gamble
jewelry.
it. You're going to spend it on girls. You're going to end up buying designer clothes with it. You're going to end up buying jewelry with it. And before you know it, it's all gone. Whereas if you know how to invest it, which I learned once I really started making money, you don't want to buy some of this stuff because you realize for every $10,000 you spend on a Louis jacket, you could have turned that into $20,000 or $30,000 investing it in stocks or other investments. So you don't want to spend that money because you know you're actually losing money by doing that.
Crypto's lit. I'm telling people crypto.
Yeah, and I know people, my man Willie D has made millions off crypto, and that's dope. You know what I'm saying? I don't care how you invest it, whether it's stocks, real estate, crypto,
anything.
but you need to learn how to invest your money, because if you don't invest your money, if your money doesn't work for you, you'll end up working until the day you die.
You got to have a return. They got to think ROI. Equity.
Exactly. Return on investment.
They don't know ROI's equities, but I try to tell them, but they don't want that when you
they don't want to hear it, man.
I shut the up
they
and
don't
say buy the
hear it.
bottles. I shut the up and say buy the bottles.
Yeah.
Get the bottles.
No, listen, and here's the thing, like
he laughing. I said, what bottle you want? Yeah.
having a Benz is not a sign of success. That is something that's losing money every day. Having custom jewelry is not a sign of success. It's cool to have. Listen, I drive nice cars. I have jewelry, but it's not a sign of success. My investment portfolio is my sign of success.
And
my company that makes money is a sign of success.
And I told people, like, when we first came home, me and my friends, right? We got some money, and one of my friends went and bought a house. I went and invested my money. Mm-hmm. And they be asking me, like, yo, how you still be making money all the time? I still make money. Yeah, I still make money there. The people in the music label, like boom, for instance, when I first came home, they gave me like $2 million, then I made $3 million. And they was like, the label was like, how the f you just? Cause I learned other ways to make money. And I told people, like, music wasn't my plan. I was just 8 foot tall, and they like, yo, I give you $50 million a dunk.
Well, yeah, I mean, you had a song that went viral, essentially.
So it's like Shaq.
Yeah.
It's like being Shaq, right?
Yeah.
It's like saying, you so big, I'm gonna give you a contract. I was the guy in the hood. I was the personality. I'm the guy on the block making all the noise, laughing, doing this and that. So they're like, yo, if you do this, you can take off. So even the conversation I had with you earlier about the other shit I'm about to do, we ain't gonna talk about that now. But that's how it's, you know?
Yep. That's what it is. Bobby Shmurda. Congrats on everything, man. And, man, you still got a lot of story left, man. Looking forward to see what you're doing next.
I appreciate you.
That's what it is. Peace.